What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new intro. Yeah, that's right. All new intro for the Pine Room Podcast. A little bit of new music, some new style. I really haven't written a script for what to say yet, so here it is, the new intro. Yeah, maybe some sounds like a laser gun. Or some monkeys. Or some aliens. Or, explosions.
Missiles launched.
Either way, enjoy this for the time being, and enjoy the show. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 48. We made it two more till 50. We got our huge 50 episode special coming up in 2 weeks. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but it's going to be nuts.
I missed the memo on that. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I was kind of excited.
No, it's going to be nuts.
Should it be 50 episode special or 52? Because 52 is a year, but 50 is also halfway to 100.
Well, I don't...
Curveballs. Nothing but
Tricky.
curveballs. I like the 52.
Job, if you didn't know, there's 52 weeks in a year.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying... I'm not an idiot.
I think he knew that.
I'm not a moron. I mean, yeah, we can do 52. We could do our year anniversary
Well, maybe we
special.
just do two specials.
Right back to back?
We're special.
I'm renting out the Wheeling Inn right now.
Yeah. Right before it, right
The
before it
wrecking ball.
smashes. Yeah,
they can swing it right over top of us.
right into the room.
Champ will be in one of the rooms with a hooker.
We can only hope.
Well,
we can only hope.
This episode is not sponsored today. We're down here at the WKKX studios. We're in our office getting ready. We got, if you're watching this on camera, we got the brand new coffee table made out of
No
pallet
coffee.
wood, homemade. Coach and Jarrett put this together, and my cousin Mike, who also cousin Mike made the original set that's up at home. So he's been kind of he's been our contractor for the show. So thank you to him, and this thing looks really well. It looked really good, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out on social media or
Come down and visit
go to
us.
YouTube.
Have
Yeah.
some coffee.
Yeah, maybe that's another thing. We got to open up a P.O. box. Maybe have a P.O.
yeah.
box here so people can
Yeah,
send us some
they
goodies.
could probably send us mail here.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for fan mail, like fan art.
Hate mail?
Yeah.
Fan art, so we can put people need to draw us, and then we can put ourselves up on, or the paintings up
Or
on
like
the wall.
if you knit or crochet like a picture of like say.
There you go.
Or
I
like
love
Nick.
it.
Naked up
and
there.
Belushi.
We should write to the prisons, and there's got to be a guy doing art in one of those prisons.
I would think so,
And draw
yeah.
pictures of us.
Actually, could be
That's
like
a thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that used to be a big thing.
Do you guys remember I was telling you it was early in our career too when I talked about Mike Leach and God rest his soul.
Oh, the big portrait.
The big portrait of himself behind it. That's what we need, like Say or Nick, like behind us right here.
I'd like a big say plush, like an animal, like
You
a
could
big
just, like, cuddle with it a little
have
bit?
it on the couch. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got like a grandma that knits or something, or one that makes us like a crochet hat or
Something
something
out of alpaca.
Actually, what are we
fur.
looking for? Because my mother-in-law does that. She actually makes blankets for my building all the time.
I was just gonna say maybe a pine room blanket we could
maybe
we could
doilies.
put on the side here.
Doilies.
You need doilies for the
I love it.
the
Perfect.
coffee table.
very
What was the
nice.
point of a doily? Is it
It's
just
like
decoration?
A couple, it's
or-
like a
I think
Is it like
acts
a
as couple
coaster?
different
Yeah,
things.
basically
Couple
like
different things. Decoration coaster. That's old school. I can't believe doily. You guys can't believe you guys
Doily.
know what the fuck they are. That's
yeah,
actually
Jeff
impressive.
Doily.
Jeff Doily. But here's the deal. Shout out to you guys because this looks absolutely phenomenal. This whole place is just ridiculous. It really is.
We're
is.
getting there. We're getting there, and
It
we
is.
got you can't see this is off camera, and obviously if you're listening to this, you're not gonna be able to see this. But we got a new workstation off to the right for eventual interns and for anybody that comes in here to work. It's like a
Get
full
your
out off the
applications
right.
in
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah, if you're, and I guess that's a good promo. If you listen to this and you're interested in doing some work with us or internship with us, let us know. Send us a DM. You're going to be put through the process as any other lucrative business.
Very rigorous screening Job has in mind here.
Yeah, it's not. We're going to keep it light. But
First thing we're doing,
we gotta,
taking them over to River City and see how many shots they can drink before they fall down.
All right.
That's number one.
and then how many legs they hit on a
Can
parlay.
they turn on a light switch? Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll go over to the casino and see if they can put a bet in.
That was sounds
Win a
amazing.
hand-
You do
win a
that,
hand
you're
of
qualified.
And they got to be able to eat meat.
eat
No, I'm
meat.
just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah,
Raw meat.
Well, I don't know about that, like Attila the Hun, but like, yeah, just fit in with the
hot
group.
dogs.
Hey, I think
Hot dogs. Oh God.
whole.
You can eat
Whole.
those, right?
No, I eat candy.
You ever see those guys
Already
that-
kind of cooked, yeah.
You ever see the guys that swallow them whole?
Fuck that.
They do it
too.
like a speed thing, and they throw it whole, and then they mush the bun up. And
Yeah, the
I'm
competitive.
sure that's
eaters.
not the only thing they're doing. No, it's for damn sure. I did want to talk about have these posters up here. I guess they're not posters, but has anybody ever tried the vanilla porter? I meant
You pointed that out.
and we just haven't had a
Last
chance. To
episode.
I've
talk
had
to it.
vanilla porters, not that particular one, but
It's
I'm a
unbelievable.
big fan of that.
Yeah, if you've ever had Breckenridge vanilla porter, and Breckenridge is it's its own brand itself and has different types of beers underneath of it. But if you've never tried that beer, the beer is phenomenal.
I gotta
Well,
try it.
where-
'cause
where would
like
I get
vanilla
one?
porters?
Well, actually, if you go to Drover's, they have it at Drover's.
Really?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do, which is kind of weird for
Yeah, that's
Drover's.
interesting.
And they have it year round, which is even weirder.
So is it? What's it comparable? Like, is it like comparable to anything? Is it like a?
well, here's the deal. It's not as. Do you know? Let me ask you this question: have you had a difference between a stout and a porter?
No
Stout-
clue.
Okay, so a stout's a little bit thicker, darker. Porter's dark, but just not as thick. And it's-
Porters to me sometimes taste like dessert beers.
and I think that's fair.
Is a porter and a stout, are they more bitter than a regular beer?
Not necessarily.
Because I think I've always thought I don't like regular beer. Maybe I just like porter and
Have
stout.
you ever had like Guinness before?
I had Guinness on my 21st birthday, and I liked it, and I,
I can
haven't
see
had
you
it
liking
since.
that. Yeah,
They're more hearty, I would say.
porters are to me it's like having dessert. I'm getting down there. I'm gonna have a porter. It's like the I wouldn't drink them all day. Is that
Yeah,
that
no.
fair, Jeff?
Well,
Like
that's
you just have a
100%.
few. Yeah.
There's something about, I don't know, I have this like perception of dark beer that like I wouldn't like it for some reason. I've never had like
the Guinness is
a
not
Guinness
heavy like
or
you think it is.
like a, is Yingling dark? More
It's like an
more
amber.
darker.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, like
Well,
I've never
But
had.
It's not hard.
Gin-
hard thick.
Guinness is like a coffee. Is it coffee?
I mean, they
related?
actually have
Yeah.
a brand that's actually Guinness coffee that is
Maybe
like a stout.
I'm mixing that up.
But it's dark like that. But it doesn't. Jared, I agree. That probably I had that same misconception at some point in time, and probably when I was your guys' age, I wouldn't even have tried that shit. Like I've
Right,
literally, as
right.
ages went on, and as cheesy as this fucking sounds, and my palate has changed. Like I can
advanced.
I can get down with that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I would
so-
like to try because I've had Guinness before and I haven't had it since, but I didn't mind it. Maybe that's where my palate lies.
And to
but
pick you after the mat, like it wouldn't be the thing you'd be chilling by the pool in July, fucking chilling
like
with
it's
a
like a
porter. Yeah.
winter by the fire.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
So I'm not going to be over at your pool
No,
out
sir.
with my shirt off,
If you
drinking
do-
a porter.
if you
Porter's
do-
like 2 max for me. Like if you get a pint, is about 2.
Are there more calories in that than there
That's
are?
the
I can
problem.
imagine, yeah.
Right, but the Guinness is a low calorie one. That's stout. Like if you're going to go that route, that's what most athletes drink when they're in season.
That's
Most
true.
of them will say they'll drink Guinness because it's the best for your body.
All right, well maybe I'll do that.
I know you're all about your body,
Yeah,
buddy. So
yeah.
yeah.
So, Jared, to answer your question, I found it up in Wellsburg. I would imagine any of the big box stores in our area probably.
Okay.
You go to a
All
smaller
right.
place.
Well,
probably
if
not.
you're interested,
Vanilla porter.
Breckenridge Breweries. It's remarkable, partakeable.
Partakeable. I like it.
I did too, actually.
It's
Never even
ale
paid attention.
brewed with real vanilla beans.
I'm trying to think of all the things on the wall that I have had. I've had a harpoon. I've had an all day. I haven't
seen-
drank Pennzoil yet. Had a Mountain Dew.
What about a Smirnoff Triple Black?
That's
probably, but that stuff
Ooh.
gives me heartburn.
oh bad.
Really bad.
I had-
Volcanic eruption.
I chugged one of those as I think it was like a raspberry one. I chugged one of them, and I thought I was gonna have to go to the ER.
What do you guys think a triple black is, though? What do you
Well,
think the definition of that is?
I looked it up, and I think it's just the regular Smirnoff. I think it's just lime flavored. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I looked it up. It's
Cold
I would think-
filter.
I would think like black raspberry or something. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
Sounds like a
It
porn
looks
movie.
scary.
Yeah, that something I don't want to drink.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to drink that.
No.
I've actually had the Bud Light next, and that is fucking horrible.
It is
Lola
oh
next
my
door,
God.
she hates it.
I was
It is-
gonna-
Jeff, it's so bad.
So bad.
It is horrendous.
What's it taste like? Water?
It's like
literally
water. It's like watered down.
Carbonated.
It's kind of like
Carbonated.
watered down
Yeah.
beer. I
Sparkling
feel like.
water.
Here's the
Ugh.
deal: if that's what I got to do to lose weight, I'd rather be fucking fat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can know
Yeah.
it's bad. I forget where I even had one at. Maybe that's right. Yes.
Do you like
That's
any
right?
of those?
Exactly where I had it. Yep.
Those the Miller and the Coors versions of those, they're like 40 or 50 calories. They're not very good either.
I don't think I've
it's
ever
kinda
had any
brutal.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Beer's not really meant to be zero carb.
No,
Yeah,
it's really not.
I feel like if you're gonna have beer,
Go to the Guinness.
just have a beer.
Yeah.
Now, are you guys Ultra fans? Because obviously I'm an Ultra fan, but are you an Ultra fan, Matt?
I used to drink Ultra a bunch. For whatever reason, I've developed something is wrong with my taste buds now when I drink it. I can't drink it in a can, and I don't really like it in a bottle. But the aluminum 16 ounces, I can slam those, or the 20 ounce, whatever they are.
Okay.
I don't know, something about it I've lost, because I used to drink that a lot when I would go out, but I don't know, something about it now, it tastes really watered down to me.
Huh.
So I've kind of changed, but I mean, if I had to drink it, I would.
My
Joe, I know
mom
you,
is a
but-
big Ultra fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know you don't like beer. Will you drink
I've
it?
never had an Ultra.
Really?
Never had one. Never. I guess I'm loyal to Busch Light.
Well, I get that too.
And
You
I
like
don't know, I
Michelob
guess-
Light, Joe?
That's actually one of my
I
favorite
actually really
beers.
love Michelob
That's probably
Light,
one of
yeah.
my... Actually, you know what? My mother-in-law, this is actually a cool story for Christmas. They get me all kinds of stuff, but one of the things, they go up to PA to get to the distributors, and they didn't have any Michelob.
Capelli's or one of those.
So she
yeah.
called in the Wheeling area to find out if there was any Michelob Light for
tough
me.
to
Ended up
find.
getting it Respecs, found
Okay,
a 12 pack.
cool.
Yeah, super.
Yeah,
good.
I used to drink that at the vets before they got the Amstel. That was what I would drink, Michelob Light.
They still sell it there? Michelob
Yeah,
Light? Oh,
yeah.
that's what I need.
Oh,
to
they
know.
did. They did recently. I can't guarantee it. They ran out of Bud Light on Sundays, which
Yeah,
isn't good.
I heard you guys
Commander
talking about
Scotty, we can't have that anymore. Not that I care, but Champ was a mess.
Out of
Your
Bud
dad
Light?
was a mess.
Oh, my God.
Champ
What
had to
did-
drink Busch Light.
Did he? Was he
Somebody
okay?
drinking Budweiser, right? Who was
Yeah. Oh
drinking
no.
Bud?
Then he was drinking Budweiser at the end of the night too.
Oh,
Bud
man,
Heavy.
Bud
for
Heavy.
Champ. Yeah,
Bud
man.
Heavy's like drinking like fucking gas. That's
Oh, it
ugh.
fucks you up.
I do
man.
not
do
like
it.
Bud Heavy, but I tell you, I will say, as I've gotten older, I'm able to taste the difference. Like when I was younger, I
All beers
couldn't
taste
taste
alike.
the difference between beers. But now that I've gotten older and had more, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely can take. Like between Busch Light and Miller Light, I think is like.
Oh,
I think
big
Miller.
difference.
I think Miller Light tastes like no
Most
other
people
beer.
hate Miller Light. Either they love it or they hate it.
I think it's
I
true.
like it. I don't love it or hate it.
Look at
It's
Joe.
definitely
so-
different.
Job's like, I'm sit over here in the corner. I
just
don't like any beer.
I don't know. I wish I liked beer. I wish I liked it like I like pop. Like if I could have like go
We're
home.
gonna get you on the Guinness. I think that's
just-
your best go.
And when I'm around beer, there's no incentive for me to try to get it down. I just want something else. But I don't know. I mean, I'll try. Maybe if we have if we could get some kind of cooler in here, or like a fridge, we could load it with a bunch of stuff, and I'll try it one day.
We'll have a beer tasting episode. Maybe episode 52.
See, and
it'll be a beer tasting.
I don't like all those like different like real those
IPAs?
Yeah,
Craft
like
beers?
real. There's no way there's that much variety in.
Beer?
I don't. How can there
Really?
possibly be that
Oh,
much
see, I
variety?
just-
One guy has an extra handful of hops or barley or oats or whatever the hell he puts in
little
there.
peppercorn.
Straw.
I would have
straw.
I would have told you were wrong probably 10 years ago, but in today's day and age, it's crazy. Like the beer. I mean, I guess you'll use the term genre because there's so many different beers now. It's insane.
Yeah.
And you go to these like places now that make their own beer and like, it's insane the different types. And that's what you need to do. You just need to like one night just get shitty drunk on 20 different types of beer.
And then you
find your
won't remember
niche.
which one you like.
Wake up and start over again.
You'll start using the rocks by the fire as a pillow.
Or we could archive it. We could like video you since you're the one always doing the work.
Yeah, I'll maybe we can go do that someday. If you own a brewery, if you know anybody with a brewery that would have us in to try a bunch of different stuff that's not going to break
that
the
could
bank,
That could be some fun.
maybe we'll do that someday.
Brew
'Cause
keepers.
I would love that. Like I would absolutely love to go to a restaurant and not have to order a Red Bull vodka that cost me $9 to every time. I would love to have a.
So would
$2
your
beer.
friends. They would prefer you didn't drink that too.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
banned from Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, if you missed it, Monday we had an awesome show, 3-hour show. Seth Statsky was not able to be on his show, so he had us come in and we filled in for 2 hours. But we had our 2-hour spot from 12 to 12 to 2, then our regular 2 to 3. So we had a big 3-hour show, and then I haven't been here to announce this. I know you guys talked about it 2 episodes ago. And correct me if I'm even allowed to bring this up yet, but we have I think you brought it up.
100%, yeah.
Okay.
Fire in the hole.
Well, if you're not aware,
Jarrett broke the news, I think. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will reiterate: we are on the radio coming March 7th. I believe
sir,
that
that's
is
it.
Tuesday, March 7th.
March 7th. That's a Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Mondays are going to be our regular 2 to 3, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays, we have our radio show, new radio show coming up with a PRP on the radio. We are going to be from 12 to 3 every Tuesday and Thursday. So come in and listen to that. You can listen on FM 98.1 and AM 1600. Listen to WVLY. I got to learn the call letters for that. But
It's on your shirt.
Right on your left titty.
let's see. FM 97.7 and AM 1370. So go ahead and look that up on this in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 more weeks.
2 weeks from now.
Today.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today,
Crazy,
you'll hear us
too.
on the radio. You can listen to us, put us on during work, during school, whatever you're doing.
Chris said he picked up the radio station yesterday on the show, like 90 miles away down to the south. He could hear us.
Well, yeah, I
Really?
think I could be wrong. Unless Soup is in town this week, and I didn't know it. Was he in town yesterday?
No, he was gone.
Well,
he was on the road.
He sent a picture of him listening to AM 1600 in.
I don't know
wherever
where he was, but I know AM reaches farther than FM.
Well, I mean, he was in North Carolina, so I mean,
Yes.
I did not know
AM
I don't think we're going down there. Yeah.
Well, I always listen, just go on the internet.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
he
definitely
wasn't
the easy.
Bluetoothing in?
No,
No, I
he
thi-
sent a
I think
picture
it was
of.
I
on
saw
his-
that, but I didn't know. If that
Yeah, I
was
think
wild.
it was on his.
Who
it
knows
was-
though with him?
Well, it was right when Carl called in with
right,
a K.
Carl with a K.
Yeah,
from
he
the-
called
from the
in.
Highlands.
But he sent a video of it of his radio, and it was AM 1600 from all the way to North
Soup's
Carolina.
everywhere. Now he said he's got a meeting. Where's he meeting with Coach Ladd?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Or
think that
down
has
south.
got to be on the phone. It can't be.
Well, he said a meeting, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's meeting virtually.
Probably.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Plus, doesn't
Soup
Coach
never
Ladd,
stalls.
doesn't he have a house down south?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Maybe that's where they're.
Oh,
going.
yeah,
I
you son
guess
of a bitch.
that's-
And
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he's actually in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think
So
you're
right.
right.
Maybe that's where.
Oh, there we go.
But again, keeping track of Soup
Yeah, I
is
can't.
impossible.
Soup, if you're listening to this, we love you, but
Slow
you're-
down.
Nah, I think you keep it up. Keep
Keep
it up.
going.
We love
All
you.
right.
Keep
Okay.
going. I want to see how long he can do this.
All right.
Yeah, it's
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Truly
He's
impressed.
Wait till he
One day-
starts having kids and stuff, and he's running around in 9 different ball games. And
Oh.
oh man, I can't. It'll be a whole different.
Oh
level
man,
of
he'll have.
intensity.
I can't-
He'll coach every sport.
Can you imagine if he broke his leg? How debilitating he'd be.
A guy like him, I'd be worried about him. Mentally
Mm-hmm.
after that.
He probably would never heal. He probably.
He'd be on it all the time. You're right. So true.
They just cut off, give him a peg.
Ugh.
But yeah, check us out on the radio. If you don't listen to the radio, you can listen online at thewatchdognetwork.com. Honestly, it's easier if you want to just pop it on.
Have they
real
been
quick.
putting those archives up of our?
Yeah, I think they're up. Yeah, Soup listens
Check
to
out
them.
Travis Braden we had on from
Yeah.
Wheeling.
Yeah, you
yesterday.
Not the radio. Not that the radio is not cool, but here's the deal: we're here to revamp the radio.
We are.
We're here
We're trying.
We're here to bring it back.
Absolutely.
Bring a younger listening vibe back to it. Even try to bridge the different generations.
Yeah,
and
and
I
I
think we can do that.
I think we bring that energy to the radio. I think we had a really good time. We got some new segments we're working on. This past week we had 2 lies and a Florida guy talking about Florida man stories. These guys had to pick which one was real. We're going to come up with some more stuff like that.
We're very unique.
We talk
Very
about
much so.
and we talk about a variety of different things. So I mean, it's just kind of like the podcast on the radio. We talk about sports, talk about news, talk about what's going on. We have interviews of guests that aren't going to take up the whole podcast or the whole show. They come on for 15 minutes. If you want to listen to some people that would come on, usually we try to get some not high profile
Fan
but-
interaction,
Yeah,
too.
oh yeah, and you can text in, call in, which is cool. So if you're interested, if you've ever wanted to be a part of a live show, you can call in, you can text in.
We'll talk about anything. Yesterday we had calls about UFOs, the
Yeah.
pirates. What else?
The one, a couple weeks ago, the one guy called in. Well, I forget what his name was. He called in about Duel. The
Oh,
movie
yeah,
Duel.
yeah, yeah.
Roy C. Mercer.
No, that one.
No,
Roy C.
did-
wasn't calling about. Duel,
Roy
I
C.
don't
was
think.
fired
Oh,
up.
Bob
yesterday.
Slider. He called in about Duel.
No, there was another guy, guy that we
Yeah,
didn't
because
know.
Bob called after him. It was another guy.
Yeah, I forget
Oh,
what
that
his
was
name
Larry. That was
Oh,
Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, that
He's
was
called
Larry.
us twice.
Yeah,
We had
Larry.
Larry yesterday about UFOs.
Yeah, so if you're interested in calling, we're talking about all kinds of stuff. It's fun, really interactive and fun, and I'll be on the phones the whole time, so you want to call, text, I'll be right there to pick up your stuff. But anyway, that's it for announcements. We really don't have a lot going on, and I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole. That
We got
usually
enough
go
going
through.
on.
But yeah, real quick, I want to bring this up. Matt,
Right.
we got more balloons. One spot off
Where?
the coast of Hawaii.
Oh,
Another big
jeez.
one.
That's got to be from Japan.
Another big one.
Nah, China.
Another big, like a
Very
big
close.
balloon.
Another big one. They say similar to the one that we shot down.
Do you guys honestly believe, because obviously there's so much political ploy going on right now, it just makes you want to vomit, but do you think that, because everybody's now saying that these balloons have been around for the last couple years and underneath the previous regime.
It is Trump's fault.
And now all of a sudden they're just fine of these. Do you guys believe that statement?
No.
Because there's no way that I would hope as the United States of America that we would not know that there was something.
No,
Exactly.
no way.
Yeah.
No way.
I agree. There's just no
Every
way.
time things are reported in the sky that someone sees, someone's reporting it. It's been going back since the 40s.
Without a doubt.
Actually,
Well,
before that.
I think what's happening now is that people. The balloon was an isolated incident where it was like this is a
Think these are
legitimately real thing where they blew it down. Now it's in the ground. Now I think people are seeing these things that they've been seeing for 50 some years that might not be balloons, but they're seeing them now. Now maybe people are taking them.
Or
more
maybe they're
seriously.
copycats and people are putting them up in the sky just to be an idiot.
like a birthday balloon.
Man.
But no, I genuinely think, and I don't genuinely think, but I'm hoping that some of these balloons aren't balloons. I would love them for to be something else.
Oh, man.
What are you thinking though? Like what would be your
Little
wish
green
list,
men?
guys?
Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. Okay, that's
I'd
fair.
love it. I'd
That'd be so
absolutely love
cool.
it. I mean, unless now, granted, I wouldn't want them to come here and ruin the whole face of the planet and me get
Destroy us.
turned into an alien
Vaporize
slave.
us.
Yeah. Or I'm, up in, mining some asteroid with my bare hands. But, but like, think about what that would do to the world. How that would change everything. I would love that to be like a part of my
Independence
life.
Day.
A part of my life, and if just if they were not nice aliens, but just like benevolent aliens that really didn't,
That we could coexist with.
Yeah, imagine they brought new technology, they brought new knowledge of things that we didn't know, all the stuff we could advance in. Man,
It's
man.
a little scary, but
it's
exciting.
terrifying. But I mean, we gotta. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. You gotta do it at some point.
Would
They're
they
out
run
there
our world?
somewhere.
Do you think they would take over if they're this extra?
Probably
See,
because we've never been able to go far enough out into the outer reaches of the galaxy to find other life forms, at least that we know of. So if they're finding us and coming here and able to exist, and then I would think they're a little more advanced than we are. But who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I read some article where it was like the chances of us, because we can only go so far, there's no chance they would have to come to us because we can't.
We have not mastered that yet.
No. It's like they're trying to do stuff like radio waves and.
But why couldn't it be possible? My thing is, if you don't believe in aliens, do you believe in dinosaurs? Because obviously you should.
Yeah.
But the thought that dinosaurs roam this earth, the very same earth we're on, obviously it's changed cosmetically, but it is really quite impressive to me. Like those were
It
the
is
most.
amazing.
I mean, they're just
Think
as
about
much
that.
aliens as anything
Yes.
else. I mean,
Thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, really.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they all died. Like obviously
it
there's
doesn't
still
bode
some,
well for
some
us.
traces of them like around, but like they all just are gone.
And think about how little we actually know about them, and we do know a good bit.
and there's a lot of speculation about how there was once a civilization similar to this where we
Right.
weren't as advanced, but like there's I listened to a podcast where a guy was talking about these structures and these like super advanced cities where there's hundreds of these city sprawls in the Amazon rainforest that have been covered up by trees and
Yes.
stuff, and when they do this thing, it's like some kind of LiDAR technology where they take a helicopter and like a bunch of different aircraft, maybe drones or something, or planes, and they ping down onto the surface of this rainforest, and they can see structures and different changes in elevation on the floor of the forest, and they found all these geometrical structures that indicate all these old civilizations, and there's hundreds of them throughout the rainforest, and nobody's ever known that before. And then to think that these massive cities have been sprawling in the rainforest, and now they're just gone, and nobody knows about them.
It's conceivable that there was extraterrestrials on this planet already.
Well, that's what people say.
And I mean, ancient pyramids, you can go down all the stuff you just mentioned in South America, that it would have taken really advanced civilizations, far more advanced than us, to be able to construct and to be able to maintain.
I mean, the pyramids are just one example. I mean,
Yeah, Stonehenge.
Probably
think
one of
about
the
it.
best examples, and I'll be
and
honest,
one of the oldest.
I cannot. I'll be the first one to admit I sometimes have a hard time wrapping my head around all that. But if somebody to try to tell me how those pyramids were built I mean, it's just unbelievable.
It is
Like,
mind-
How many
mind-boggling.
men it would take to move one of those stones?
literally just one stone. How many? That's insane to
And
me.
how exact every one of them
Yeah.
is.
And
Because
the
I think
compass
you
points
said
exact
you said, Matt, it might have been on another episode, that if one of those would have been off by any like measurement, the whole thing would have been cattywampus.
Yeah, and it's absolutely perfect north and south as far as the compass goes.
That's the weird part.
crazy.
And then he said that some of those blocks that were made, which are just tons and tons and tons of granite. There's a chamber in there towards the top. It's like where the big hoss or whoever
The Sphinx?
whatever pharaoh.
Oh, the
or
pharaoh,
king,
yeah.
The king
Yeah,
was
it'd be the
buried.
pharaoh.
It's
He'd
like
be
the
the pharaoh.
king's chamber or something. In that chamber, there are those big blocks, and those blocks came from hundreds and thousands of miles
not even.
away.
Sometimes people believe that they weren't even on the same continent. That's how far away
That's
they traveled.
insane, too.
Like they
That's
were from
insane.
Asia or South America.
Yeah. So you got to think
And how did they carve those stones to be the way that they are, rounded and but still flat, like enough that you can? It's mind blowing, really. It's
It truly
not
is.
conceivable to our minds. We cannot understand it. Nate McMillan just got
I
fired.
just
by
seen
the
that.
Hawks.
Yeah. So do you guys hands down believe that there was definitely, and obviously it's proven, like what you guys are talking about, different civilizations before? So our world took place before our world took place.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe we're
Yeah,
almost reinventing our world again.
Does that question? Wow, gonna go real deep. Does that question like biblical stuff? Do you think?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think there's an element of that, but there's also an element of the extraterrestrials that they almost had to have played a role somehow.
My two ways of thinking are either these people were just as advanced as us, and we just don't know. We just don't know it. Some cataclysmic event wiped all their information out or something, which I find impossible. That every bit of information, if we have technology and then we get wiped out, eventually somebody's going to find some SD card with info on us. So I mean, either they were as advanced as us and had technology similar to ours where they could do things. Like I just read that there's granite from Aswan, Egypt, which is 820 kilometers from the pyramids of Giza, and they carry these stones. So either they have some sort of technology that we don't know about, or somebody else helped.
You know what would have been real shitty is if they had to carry those stones like 5 guys had to carry them that long with their hands.
I'd have just said, "Drop it on me, guys. I'm finished."
That'd have been it.
Have you ever seen any of those inside of pyramids or dwellings or whatever when they have things that look like UFOs?
Oh,
and
yeah,
guys that look like aliens drawn these things are thousands of years old.
Old
The people drew it.
hieroglyphics and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and
Old
so that
pictorial.
also makes you think that somebody came from above to help these people. They almost had to. Do you think they had TikTok back then?
Do you think they were friends?
Hey,
though?
maybe.
Do you think they were friends?
They had to have been.
Yeah, I
think
guess
they
if
helped
Well,
these people.
either they, but no, they had,
Or
to
they
have
gave
been
them no
friends.
choice. You're going to do this, or you're going to die.
Yeah. They had a laser gun pointed at their heads.
I'll be honest with you, and once again, I'm a very narrow-minded person when it comes to this kind of shit, and I have a hard time just because I don't have a creative mind. But you guys all bring up very valid points, and it could be very believable, I guess, at the end of the day. I mean, it's just wild.
You think there's so much that you don't know about. I mean, in the Earth has been around for how many? It's like 40-some billion years.
Yeah. Well, obviously
know, something like
estimated.
that.
I don't know if anybody's got like a pitch clock ticker thing counting it, but they
all right, hey, there's another one. Hey, right there.
another million year. Yeah.
So I mean, you think about how long the Earth has been here and all the stuff that has happened in that billion year, where our civilization, as advanced as it is, has only been around for 2,000 years. I mean, if maybe a little more than that.
Yeah.
And we're in the 21st century, so.
And we can't even unlock our brains to figure out if we knew it anyway. Maybe we did. Maybe they just rubbed that spot out in our head. I don't
Wonder
know.
if they had
They
podcasts
smoothed
back
it out.
then. Do you think they
Maybe,
had
probably.
they had anything like podcasts?
I'll tell you what, though, what does terrify me, I don't know, this hasn't happened very often. Jeff, you might remember this. You remember some of those like movies and like some of those reports of like that movie Fire in the Sky and stuff, like where people actually got taken up on ships, or they swear they
remember that
That
movie,
kind of
yeah.
terrifies me a little bit, to be honest with you. And like people giving accounts of aliens experiment on them, like sticking things in them.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess
Which
with
is
that.
crazy. Well, that's what I was going to ask you guys, because I wrote this down. I told you guys I keep notes in my phone for the podcast.
Yeah.
And something I seen was ball lightning theory. You guys familiar with that?
I've heard of it, but not really.
So the moral of the story, it's a theory of where a ball lightning results from a ground strike that creates a reaction between oxygen and vaporized elements from the soil. But the thing about it, that lightning ball can either sit on the ground, but also the way it can be is radiated up into the sky, which can be the perception of a UFO.
Right.
So it's some of the things, and you hear stuff like that, and you're like, okay, is this just science that is showing us? But like I said, everything you guys are said, I mean, I can't discount by no means. I mean,
none of us know.
No,
we
none
can
of us
actually
know.
experience it, I guess. But
fuck, I hope I don't. I'm cool with not.
I just hope one day we can get an alien on the podcast.
That'd be super cool.
Maybe
I
in
would
like
love
10
that.
years.
I want an alien
We're
and a
still-
serial killer. Those are the two
All right.
interviews.
I mean, we're
if they're one and the same, even better.
we're on probably the best. We probably have the best opportunity now. We've all the show is not the biggest, the station is not the biggest, but I mean we have a radio tower. We're speaking into the ether, so who knows if what we're hitting out there. I mean, if Soup's
point.
listening in North Carolina, maybe someone's listening.
Chris down in backwoods Ohio, and
Maybe Flim Flam's listening in the Andromeda Galaxy. Him and his wife. But I actually, real quick, and then we'll get off aliens. There's a movie documentary on Netflix called John Was Trying to Contact Aliens. It's the name of the show. It's about this guy. His name's John Shepard, and for his entire life, he spent pinging and sending music and his voice into space with this radio equipment, and he dedicated his entire life to it. His house is just filled with radio equipment, and at one point it was like this big booming. He had a radio tower and everything, and he had this huge array of stuff. And over the years, he's had to pull back because of how much money it costs. So now it's just he has this little thing he takes out into the woods, and he'll just sit out there and talk up into space, just trying to contact something.
Me and all my friends.
Yeah,
Interesting fella.
but enough about aliens. We'll hit real quick before we go to our break here. Matt, Daytona 500. We talked about it on the radio. What were your thoughts?
I was glad to have NASCAR back. Ricky Stenhouse wins. I mean, the race wasn't great, but it didn't get rain delayed, and it was action packed at the end. I liked it, and we had a good guest on yesterday, Travis Braden, to talk about his involvement in it, which is pretty cool with the 48 car. So I'm glad NASCAR's back, and we'll keep doing boards for it each week and having fun, and hopefully win some bets.
I miss our Saturdays when we go up to Quaker State and go watch
times.
our...
We gave out a few good picks on Better's last day, and they didn't quite get there. We had cars in the mix, but that's the way it goes. Same with golf, so we'll keep trying.
I'd say when NASCAR's back, that's when summer. I feel like summer, warmer weather's starting to come.
Right.
I'm starting to get happier because I fucking hate the cold.
It feels good out there today.
It does feel good.
A little windy, but
I don't know how long it's going to last.
A little gusty.
it wouldn't be a fun time to be catching a pop-up.
No, it's so funny you mentioned that because I thought about that today because I was like, this is one of those days where we would go out for practice and we would do pop-ups and it would be an absolute nightmare.
And it's 20 degrees colder up at West Liberty.
Yep, and then when
now.
it starts to get darker, then it gets to get cold, my face starts to hurt, and then I take a nice hot shower after, and then I'm all good.
Sign of baseball season in the Ohio Valley.
Started to get cold.
If you don't follow us on Instagram or if you're not on TikTok, Jarrett just put out a video of our discussion about Jimmy John's. And I just want to read this real quick because we've had a little bit of interaction today, and it was just posted today, but I want to read a couple of these comments here. Lexi, one of our followers, says, Jersey Mike's over Elm Grove Subs over Subway, then Jimmy John's at the bottom. Nolts says, scream it from the top of the hills, hashtag close Jimmy's.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
And then, I'm not sure this is, it's called, I think it's Malia. If Jimmy John's got a toaster, would it be okay? It'd be edible. I think it'd be edible. But no, we have a lot of good stuff. So if you want to go on TikTok, go on Instagram. We got reels coming out of all the little clips of our show.
Did you say the person's name was Malia?
It's Malia.
Amelia?
No, UHHMAE.
Wait, UHH.
UHH. It
Really?
might
Probably
be a play
it's
on
probably
words.
Amelia, yeah.
Amelia. Hello,
Amelia.
Amelia. I thought you said the sub chain was Amelia. I was like, oh, wait. I didn't have that before.
So we got a lot of stuff coming out, or a lot of things that are interesting. We just talked to Gab Gowdy. It's on Soup and stuff, so go look at that. It got a new layout for Soup because Soup's going to be doing a lot of Zoom calls, so got a new layout for him. The video's got a cool security camera vibe to it. So go in and watch that on
cartoon vibe.
Go on, watch that on YouTube and check that out and give Soup some love. He's going to get some people on. He's just talking about getting a chef on this morning, so he's going to try to be.
Is there anything he can't do?
Never stops.
Do we want to take a quick break here, or you want to hit a couple news and notes?
Yeah, take a break.
I say we take
news and notes.
I say take a break because I got to pee.
All right,
Jarrett's got to pee. Then we'll talk news and notes.
Boom.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, but you don't just have to listen to the podcast. We have some other stuff out there, too, like Bettor's Last Stand, our sports betting show covering all things sports and betting, or Soup and Stuff, where Soup sits down with business owners, athletes, and other professionals for good conversation. Or, if you want to listen to us live, you can tune into The Watchdog, FM 98.1 or AM 1600. Or you can listen live online at thewatchdognetwork.com. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
Do you like Mountain Dew?
Yeah, I like Mountain Dew, but I can't drink Mountain Dew like consistently.
Yeah.
I don't drink much soda.
Neither do I.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
Too.
I mean, and then
That's fine.
if I need a caffeine hit, like I'll drink like a Coke Zero or something. I try to stay away from.
I don't
sugar.
mind. I think a Diet Coke's actually pretty good. It's weird. I know a lot of people that don't drink pop. I feel like that was like a really big thing like a few years ago. Now I feel like a lot of people don't drink it as much as I know. Like I know a girl that went a whole year.
Now. Probably more education now. It's like smoking and stuff like that.
I know a girl that went a whole year without drinking a pop, and she like I worked with her at West Lib, and I'd get a Diet Coke sometimes. She'd say, I want one so bad.
Yeah, it's tough.
And she stayed with it.
I think I could go a year because
this is actually good talk. We should. I guess we're.
Yeah,
we're on air. Yeah,
it's actually good talk though. I like that.
Well, I mean, I think I could go a year without. I mean, the only reason I ever drink it is if I'm in proximity of it. Like I rarely ever go buy.
But your dad's a pusher, so that hurts you.
Yeah.
Because he's one of them guys that'll have it in the house and he'll give it to you.
He actually stopped because of the workouts. He hasn't. I don't think he drinks pop.
Tell you what, he's been good with that. No sweets, no pop. We got rid of all the sweets.
No
we got it's so funny. Whenever he'd get home from the vets, he would go to McDonald's, get a cheeseburger, and he still might do that. But he would get home and he would have like 4 Oreos. That was like his favorite thing to do. He'd get in the junk drawer.
Or like
4 Oreos.
A Vienna finger.
Yeah.
Does your mom have a sweet tooth?
Oh
big
yes.
time.
Yeah.
So you guys get it from both sides.
Yeah.
Mom,
I thought that Delbrook blood is all about sweet tooth.
Oh yeah.
Every single one of them likes sweets.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. Like, I love, for some reason, my palate, like you said, Jeff, I used to love milk chocolate. Mm-hmm. And now I'm starting to head towards dark.
I love the dark.
It's funny you say that because actually I used to I wouldn't even eat it.
No.
But now as I grow up, whatever you call it, I agree. Dark chocolate's not bad at all.
It used to be so
healthy too.
I used to think it was so bitter and disgusting. And the other day, my mom and dad went to this. My aunt had a chef come and cook in her house. And they went for Valentine's Day, and
that's a really cool idea, though.
Yeah, it's cool. It was
second time they've done that?
Yeah, I think it's the second time, and they go to this. Idea. They go to the house, and the guy cooks. I think they had like salmon or something, or some kind of nice meal. And the guy's real nice and does. I think we're going to try to get him on the radio or on the podcast to do some cooking some food and stuff. But they went up and they had food, and then my mom brought home chocolate covered strawberries, and then these little truffles, like little dark chocolate truffles, and I wouldn't eat it. I usually wouldn't eat it, but she said it was like handmade, so she gave me the little truffle, and it was just dark chocolate, and I ate it. And usually, I like the taste when I was younger would have made me, I would have like spit it out, but there was something about it that was different. Like it was that I like that. I like that new taste.
I agree. I feel like when I was a kid, and like Jeff said, the dark chocolate tasted bland to me.
I agree.
Now I really like
I'm still kind of like I'm not a big dark chocolate guy.
I get that,
but I'm also not like I don't really like candy that much. I'm more of like a
you like gummies,
like a granola bar, like that kind of sweet
like eat Skittles
thing.
Like all the time.
Every time Westlake basketball game, I'd get Skittles and a Sprite, which I probably I'm surprised my teeth aren't gone. But
I've never had a cavity.
Me either.
That's impressive. To be honest, that's actually really impressive.
I can't believe it.
That's really impressive.
I don't know if I've ever had a cavity. I've chipped my tooth before, but I don't think that was even. I've actually done it a couple times, one of my molars, but I don't think that was because of like
No.
bad.
You don't
That's
like
really-
you don't like the dentist, do you, Jeff?
I don't like the dentist.
'Cause
But it's
who does?
Yeah, no, but actually, I have some people that work with that absolutely they get a high. They get a high of going to the dentist.
I used to be like that.
There's something
Not as
about
much now.
there's something about somebody working on you. To me, that's satisfying. Like, not like an alien, like a life form taking
Yeah, you're right about
my
that.
organs out, but like just being on that like a table and she's like
Being
you know,
served?
Yeah,
I do like
I
getting
don't know.
my teeth clean. Like after you get your teeth clean, man, you feel
Feels
good.
Oh, yeah.
There's
No
something
question.
about like if you go to the doctor and they they're like pushing on you and like feel there's something about that makes me want to go to sleep. Like I listen to
What the fuck?
I'm telling you right now. Listen,
What?
I listen to these videos. If you ever heard of ASMR, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's ASMR, and people it's a really been a viral thing in the past couple of years. But
It's horrible.
It's
awful.
mostly it's terrible stuff. What it is, let me see.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
So what? It sounds way more fancy than what it is.
Yeah.
Basically, what they do is they crank the microphones up, and then they get real close to it, and they whisper to it, and then they like tap on things and like crinkle paper, or like
A term-
little squeeze sponges and tap on metal or stuff like
So
that.
it's like a sensory thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it says a term used to describe a tingling, static-like, or goosebump sensation in response to specific triggering audio or visual stimuli.
Yeah, so
It's
you'll-
fucking weird.
It's really weird. But there's
Think
really
about aliens. This is what
it's
they be
so
doing. to us.
weird.
There's really weird ones where like people eat and like you can hear them chewing on gum and like brushing their hair, like messing with a comb or like putting comb in their teeth. All noises to make like that. You ever hear something and your skin kind of stands up?
100%.
Yeah.
Like chalkboard.
Yeah.
Not quite that. Not like cringe, like where you want to like rip your teeth out, but like something that's like satisfying to you, like a satisfying noise, or I'm trying to think of something that.
What
would
about
be
like when you bite
universal.
on tinfoil? Like that feeling.
No,
of, like-
that's horrible.
Okay, but you're talking about good stuff.
good stuff. Yeah. So it's.
I'm trying to think of what something that would be. I mean, there's a lot of things my mind wants to go, but it's probably not appropriate.
Let me.
I think it sound like if you get a comb and like you like put your finger across like that like
There's okay, so there's different kinds of ASMR. There's like situational ASMR. So one that's really popular is if you're in the barber shop. And what it'll do is you put your headphones on and it's stereo, so meaning that it's surround sound. So you hear from right to left and left to right. You hear the sound move. And you'll hear a guy snipping scissors, like acting like he's cutting your hair. So you're like shh, 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 shh. And then like some like hair trimmers. That's a type of ASMR because it relaxes people and people find it extremely relaxing. I'm gonna get my phone and play this real quick.
Is it kind of like
where did this come from? Why did we start this? Where did he even
I'm not 100%
begin?
We
sure.
were talking about soda and chocolate.
Yeah,
and
I don't know where.
how the hell
I am
we
gonna
got
go back
on
to
that.
something real quick.
Because he went up.
Yeah, good.
because he liked the dentist and like
Oh, yeah.
people falling asleep.
You don't
But
like
what
the sound of the
yeah,
dentist
Jeff-
drill.
Luke said that somebody posts Saturday's meeting on social media with the donuts and the muffins and stuff like that.
I think Soup did. Yeah, I think
Okay,
Soup.
so the moral
ended up-
story, Luke goes, and you know how anal fuck he is about putting shit into his body. He goes, "Did you guys have like donuts and muffins down there?" I'm like, "Yeah." How'd you know that? He's like, "I seen it." And he goes, "I said, yeah." I said, "A typical Mark Delbrook. Whatever he does, he fucking doesn't half step anything. This and that." He looks at me, and goes, "Did Mark eat one?" I said, "Actually, I think he did." He goes, "That's crazy." He goes, "He's down there working out and this and that. He told me he's been so good." Like Luke got pissed.
Oh, I hope Luke told him about that because that's great. I think he definitely did have I
think he did. It was a muffin. No, I think it was a muffin, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, I think I had a donut and a muffin.
Well,
too.
they all look great.
They
Good for
were
you guys.
they were really good.
All right, I'm getting this queued up here.
Oh,
It's going through my brain.
I know, right?
are we supposed to be trying to figure out what this is?
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Somebody's swishing their hands.
All right. Now
the? F-
Ooh, I don't know.
you got to be a weird dude
so
to
now
want to
listen.
do that.
See, that's like wind.
Okay, now he's combing your hair. He's got a comb going through your hair. So then,
That's what.
now he's snipping.
Okay, I got the snipping.
So people find that really relaxing, and I gotta admit, I listen to, if I have a really hard time sleeping for some reason, and I don't know why I found this out, but like listening to chiropractic or like medical examinations, like a physical, like listening to there's a physical. I'll play it too. It's one of my favorite videos, and
So
it
not
puts
nature
me,
sounds.
No. I'm telling you, this video puts me to sleep in a heartbeat. It's this old video from like 2003 of this lady or this lady giving a medical exam.
No, Job, I want you to cough.
I
Turn your head and
am
cough, son.
just flabbergasted right now.
I'm
This
telling you-
has me
listen,
just so.
all right, so this is called the best unintentional ASMR. So this is a medical exam. Real doctor performs. It's like a practice exam for young students to watch so that they know how to do an exam.
Okay.
So somebody found this, and this lady.
Okay. I'm going to check, just see if there's any swelling down here. And I want to check your pulses.
So she just does that.
And it makes you fucking go
And
to bed?
it makes me tired. It makes me
Really?
really tired, and I don't know why. It's
Let me ask you a
really
question.
weird.
When you go to your doctors, that's got to be an issue because you all of a sudden you're passed out. Like Job's got a problem. Probably needs to sleep. So you and Pavlik are going to be together.
I'm a narcolepsy. No, but it's incredible stuff. I don't know why I found that out, but if you're interested in ASMR,
Look, I'm yawning now.
yeah, see,
That's-
see.
Are you guys? I think it's a young buck thing because you know what, Luke, even when at younger days, used to talk about the things being satisfying. To me, is that satisfying
So
to you?
there, the satisfying there's a real big craze, or there used to be a big thing about satisfying videos.
Yeah.
And there would be people where they cut like these foam blocks with a knife.
Yeah, people, or like if you take soap and you just
Yeah,
cut
cut
it-
the soap. Yeah,
And they'll score the soap and then cut it so then a little bunch of pieces
I do kind of
fall
like
off.
those. Those are kind of
kind
cool
of
to
different
watch.
looking at. Like, Luke loves that shit. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't. For me to use the word satisfying, like that doesn't satisfy me. I guess
That doesn't look like it doesn't look
I think it's
satisfying
cool.
to you.
I think it's cool, but like maybe I'm having a hard time interchanging the two words.
Yeah, what
I
is
think
it?
It's cool,
Oddly,
but I don't know if it's.
I think they call it oddly satisfying.
yeah,
is what
I think it's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Or like, do you find like?
I'm just in awe right now. No, I don't know. I tell you what satisfies me: hitting a big bet and
Yeah,
no
having a shot of whiskey, and that's
Speaking of that,
sitting out by the beach.
I hit a bet for the first time. It's got to be months, like an actual good, like it was an 8-leg college baseball parlay, and I actually hit it. And
Good
Yeah.
for you.
I was actually
See,
a little
now
excited.
that's satisfying.
Yes, that
I
was
hearing that.
I
shit.
was satisfied, and I went down and all green.
Yeah,
One
no red dots.
Yep, no red dots. Yeah, sorry, that was a little toot my own horn.
No,
Good for you.
good.
Shit don't
We'll
happen
take
every
the
day.
winners
Yeah, I
You're
know.
too
Get 'em.
dead shit.
I know. I'd
Like,
betting.
to me, that's soothing right there. Sitting there watching that whale flap its tail up. In
Have
the
we
air.
had any more humpback whales show up?
No, not.
No, what we
recently,
did
no.
have show up was a hammerhead that dog went after, and
not in the Galapagos Islands, but where was that at? I forgot. I looked today, and I forgot.
well,
where it was.
it's funny we're talking about dogs jumping off these boats, but going after that. Lola, who works down here at WKKX, told me a story yesterday that her dog, I guess, loved water. Her previous dog loved water, and he took him or her, I can't remember if it was a boy or girl, took him down to the beach, and there's one of those big L-shaped jetties that go out and then out into the water. And there's a pelican at the end of the jetty, and the dog just took off down the jetty, and it went down, turned left, and it went like towards the end, and the pelican took off, and the dog just went right off the edge of the jetty into the ocean.
Bahamas.
Was he okay?
What's the definition of a jetty?
It's like they're the big rock
Yeah,
constructs like that are that you can
like
see.
underneath the pier, like the extension
it
of a
would
pier
like be an
underneath?
extended out, into the
I know.
water.
I never heard that term before. Have you heard that term?
Oh yeah, I think that's what Jose Fernandez hit on his
he hit
boat.
a jetty and flying in his boat, high up on cocaine.
Yeah, that's probably the first
a lot
time
of
I've
good
ever heard
mix.
one.
It's they're normally near like right near the like a coastal
Yeah, they're on the coastline. Yeah,
like anywhere
there's a
houses
couple
are.
like
I've never even heard that. That's crazy.
in Ocean City, right?
Yeah.
When
Oh, yeah. There's
when we went
jetties.
and looked off that
there's a jetty out
they'll-
on the at the inlet. Yeah,
They'll be
down at the south.
flanking a boat channel.
Right.
So when a boat goes between them, it breaks up the waves
Yeah,
that the boats
it's
send
basically
out.
a way to stop coastal waters from swelling too much. So yeah,
Is it spelled like Yeti with the J?
Jetty.
Wow.
Jetty.
I got divergenized. Thank you, fellas. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Learn something new every day.
I have to bring this up because I am flabbergasted, and I was it's you know I
Is it something off this list?
it's something off this list, and I don't my sense of humor is really like I have to think. I don't really laugh at shows. I think shows are funny, but I'll never laugh. Like, it's rare that I laugh out loud at shows. This brand new South Park episode was unbelievable.
I haven't watched it. Are you
have
talking
to
about
watch-
Meghan Markle
Yes,
getting upset?
and they were absolutely spot on.
Yeah, there's guys have been spot on for years. Really,
and
They're
it
very,
was
very good.
fantastic. And they basically made fun of Queen Elizabeth dying.
You watch that?
I
Yeah?
used
Or
to
you
watch.
that?
I don't dislike it by no means, but I
Yeah.
just think it's just one of those things. Out
Ran
of
its
sight,
course.
out of mind.
No, I get you.
So,
Totally.
real
If
quick,
I happen to stumble on one,
Yeah.
I usually
you
enjoy
got to
it.
watch this last one because what they do is
So tell everybody what you're referring to.
Yeah, so
I had on
on our news and notes sheet, we have that Meghan Markle, who is Prince Harry's wife, is upset over the South Park episode. Now, if you don't know, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle basically denounced the
they basically abdicated
royal
their
family.
royal status.
family
Yeah.
because they wanted a private life and all that kind of stuff, and then they made it a big deal. Basically,
And they went on every show in the world. to talk
basically
about it being
reverse.
private.
Yeah, basically reversing what they're talking about. So on this episode of South Park, the Queen of Canada dies, and then Prince Harry and Princess Meghan of Canada want to get out of this thing.
And they made their Canada heads like the
Exactly like them. Exactly like
Terrence
them.
and Phillip.
Yes. And basically they go around and the whole episode they're mad that people will look at them even though they're doing the most heinous stuff for people to look like. Prince Harry takes out a drum set in the front yard and starts playing the drums and lighting fireworks off. And Kyle, one of the characters on the show, goes, "Can you quiet down over there?" And he goes, he yells back at him about respecting their privacy and how nobody will leave them alone, even though they're going to all these shows. Like, they taped up all the articles on their house, but it was absolutely spot on because all Harry, they were talking about how hard their life was, Meghan and Harry, how hard they had
so
it,
difficult.
how tough it was for them, and then all they want is peace and quiet, but they're going on every show that they can get on. It's beyond belief, but South Park did a fantastic job at portraying.
I'm glad she got mad.
Good.
You know what? Me
F her.
too. Fuck
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I tell you what, she drives me up.
I don't
wall.
like her.
And I used to really dig him. I thought he was actually like
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, he seemed
And then
like
all
a
of a
cool
sudden
guy.
he met this chick and he went fucking left.
Well, and it was like they made the point where she basically controls his entire life.
Well, she kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually legit.
I
now,
mean,
right?
you're
I mean,
denouncing the royal family for this girl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you doing, man?
One of the points of the show, they would go to a branding. They had this. They had a company called Cumhammer that was a branding service for people, and Harry and Meghan's was like royalty, world traveler, incredibly rich, victim at the end, and all of the ones had victim at the end. So it was like entrepreneur. Loves going out, something victim, and it was always victim at the end. And Prince Harry and her had the victim card at the end, and it just the fact that number one, the fact she's mad at this proves that they probably are right about
100%, right?
what
No,
they
absolutely.
portray.
Without a doubt. Didn't they make fun of? They mocked something about the Princess of Sussex too, right? Weren't they making fun of something?
That was a while back, I think.
Because I try to read up on that kind of stuff too, but I thought I seen some. So is that not this?
That was a
episode?
while back, but no, I remember what you're talking about, but that was not this one. But the whole situation with them is beyond belief. Like the fact that they complain about how hard their life is, even though they've got literally everything they could ever want ever.
I love how, like you said, they want to denounce themselves and they don't want any. And then, but it's so crazy. Like even what is it? One of our councilwoman. It was the same kind of situation. She didn't want this to be about anything. She just won an election, blah, blah, this and that. And then all of a sudden she made national news for the next fucking week. And it had nothing to do with the election, had nothing to do with small government, had everything to do with her, what would you call it?
Genitalia.
Yeah, I mean, just so crazy how people preach that shit, and then all of a sudden it's fucking dumb.
The episode is called The Worldwide Privacy Tour.
Those guys are creative. They continue to, and they know what thing I like about the show, and I always have, is that they treat everybody the same. They'll take shots at everybody.
It should be
good. Yeah.
Speaking of
and
Canada,
it's comedy, for God's sakes. Laugh and have fun with it.
Did you guys see where the Border Patrol sees an 800% increase in illegals from Canada?
Amazing.
Do you guys know why?
So is that because
I'm sure it's a multitude
people
of reasons.
from Mexico are going to Canada because it's easier to get into Canada,
Right, people
and then
from
they
all
go
over the world.
But to answer your question, that is exactly why, Jared. But here's my question: if they're so fucking poor, how the hell are they affording flights?
Yeah,
to
well,
Canada?
that's amazing.
I
How?
know.
I mean, that's the dominating reason right there. Isn't that insane? Unbelievable.
And I never really kind of, I guess, looked into it. So what is the process if I lived in Mexico and I was a Mexican citizen and I wanted to become a U.S. citizen? What is the entire process? You just have to, like, you have to take the citizenship test.
Well, yeah,
and
but
then,
you got to apply for citizenship, and they got to background check you to be sure you're not like some kind of, mass murderer or whatever. And if you pass certain things, then you have to have a reason to come in, which would be you're going to employment or you're getting married or whatever. And they go through the screening process, and then you obviously have to take the test to get certified. It takes a long time to do, but if you do that the right way, then you're always welcome. And once you're a United States citizen, they're not taking it away from you.
Yeah.
And some people they should take it away from, but they haven't yet.
Send them to Mexico.
Yeah. But no, everybody wants the speedy, expedited version. Live large. If you do it the right way, you don't get all the free perks. First class airfare, first class lodging, great meals, all paid for by us. And a lot of times you hate our country anyway when you come in here.
Yeah.
A big facade.
Everybody hates the U.S.
All right, let's do.
But they all want to come here.
10 questions. This is the
this is a good idea.
fake American
good idea.
citizenship test. This is like a practice.
Matt's going to get 100%.
100%, Matt.
right.
Actually, the wife.
I don't know. These things are hard, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, they are pretty difficult, aren't they?
Let me see.
My brain's not as good as it once was.
Okay, here we go.
I don't believe that.
Here we go. What is the supreme law of the land? It is the Mayflower Compact, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, or Constitution?
D.
That's what I would say.
Constitution.
That's what I would say too.
D.
I would say the Bill of Rights, but
Well, it's not going to give me answers.
because the Constitution to me is not.
I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's not working. I can't get any. I can't get the.
Well, I would
answer.
say it's one of those.
Here's
two.
the cool part about we can't go wrong now.
Yeah, no, it's not. We gonna get
100%. 100%.
Somebody will write into the show. These guys are idiots. They didn't know any of this. I think if I polished up on it, I'm
is
sure. Civics
civics the class that was about?
Yeah, government, politics.
All right, let's see if we can get a test up here. But I was looking at somebody taking the British citizenship test. I always thought if I ever traveled anywhere, how long would it take you to get? How long does it usually take to get citizenship in anywhere? Or does it
don't know.
vary?
I mean, it could. I mean, yeah,
Probably
I would
varies.
say anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half, 2 years. Probably.
If you could be a citizenship anywhere, if you could have citizenship anywhere else, where would you have citizenship?
Scotland, that'd be my pick.
Probably just Canada, I guess.
Ireland, Switzerland, something.
Tokyo. Give me
I like good
give me
Netherlands.
Japan.
Yeah,
Japan.
All right, here we go. All right. So the supreme law of the land, the Constitution.
That was right.
Okay.
What does the Constitution do?
It provides
Supreme's
us
the law.
bylaws. It provides our bylaws.
So it protects basic rights of Americans, defines the government, and sets up the government.
Yeah, all of
Okay.
the above.
The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are those words?
We the people.
Bingo.
There you go.
Nice.
What is an amendment?
A law?
It's an amended part of the Constitution.
It's like a
an adjustment.
I was going to say like an adjustment,
change.
to,
Alteration.
A change or an addition.
Yeah.
What do we call the first 10 amendments in the Constitution?
Bill of Rights.
What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment?
Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Freedom of speech.
One.
Right to bear arms. Oh, that's
Two,
two,
right?
That'd be two.
Oh, the
Wait, read the question
freedom
again.
of the freedom
What
of speech.
is one right or freedom from the First
Oh,
Amendment?
one right. Okay.
freedom of speech.
Speech.
Publicate no
Religion.
Something about
Religion.
religion.
religion
yeah.
and isn't it like forget. Isn't it like
Assembly.
Assembly. Yeah.
Press.
Right to assemble.
Press, that's what
Yeah.
it
To
is.
petition the
Because that's the
government.
First Amendment.
I
Everyone
said
bitches
public.
about.
All right, let's do three more quick. Probably people screaming at us. How many amendments does the Constitution have?
Oh well, now it's
27.
yeah.
Boom.
Good job, Jared.
Boom.
Damn, good work.
Boom.
brother.
You're,
Good
you're
work.
hot, Jared.
I'm hot.
All right.
That
What,
lollipop drink.
what did the Declaration of Independence do?
Gave us our
Gave us
independence from
freedom
Britain.
from
Announced our independence from
United
Great Britain.
Kingdom.
Declared or said the United States is free. What are the two rights in the Declaration of Independence? What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? You said it.
Oh,
already.
life, liberty, pursuit
That's
of
the one,
happiness.
yeah.
Oh.
And then last
Is
one.
it all about the Is it all about like the Constitution?
No, there is a bunch of other ones here. So we elect a U.S. Senator for how many years?
Six, right?
6.
Yeah.
Here, we'll do one of these ones because it's good. This is
Gosh,
good.
I could be a
You're doing good,
president
Jim.
right now.
What are two... This is going to be tough. Jesus. What are two cabinet-level positions?
Secretary of State and the... Oh, now this just put me on the spot.
There's-
Attorney General. There you go.
There you
Secretary.
go,
Yeah,
there you
I would get those eventually. It just take me a while. to
Vice
compute
President.
it.
There's a ton of them on here.
Hopefully
Secretary of
everybody's-
Agriculture.
Right.
There's agriculture. There's all kinds of stuff. Commerce, energy, health.
Yes, pretty much anything you can imagine. It's
Last one. Ready? Big
Mm-hmm.
one. Let's see. Let's go to the last question on here. That's easy. Name two national U.S. holidays.
Jeez, there's one every day. We just had one yesterday.
President's Day, 4th of July.
Groundhog Day. No.
Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Labor Day.
Christmas. There you go. There you go. Go take
All
the.
right,
Go
our
take
citizenship.
the.
I think we would all
citizenship test.
pass.
I'd pass, but
What about the 2,000-year-old Roman sex toy found south of Hadrian's Wall?
all right. Well,
Yeah,
let's
that
shift
worries
tracks
me.
real quick.
That
Just
wasn't
so you
on the
know-
test.
Just so you guys know, it was 6.5 inches.
Yes.
Oh,
Just throwing
The
it
only
out
thing
there.
that worries me about that is in Hadrian's Wall, there was really only ever going to be men around there, so that concerns me a little
Oh
bit.
man.
there was.
Oh.
This is one I learned. This one, a similar device was found in Egypt, and I'm almost certain it was Egypt. It was like this gourd,
Yeah.
and
Oh, no.
they would fill it with bees, and they would shake it so that the bees would buzz and it would
Yeah,
vibrate.
be a vibrator. Yeah.
No shit.
I'm telling you right
Cleopatra.
now. I'm telling you right
she
now.
had a wicked mind.
Oh my
telling you
god.
right now.
That is
How do they
wild.
close it off? I'd be so scared it would like break and then you
Wow.
just get bees. You get bees
Yeah.
on your balls.
It's not for the...
I'm telling you.
Hopefully you don't use it for that.
Yeah, it was Cleopatra, and apparently she had the idea of filling a hollow gourd with angry bees.
Smart
The
woman.
violent buzzing caused the gourd to vibrate.
Can you eat
That's
gourds?
wild.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, gourd.
I don't think they're very good, but
Is it like what?
Maybe like
it's
a
small-
squash or
squ-
something.
Okay.
Yeah, the little butter squash or what
squash
it's called.
pumpkin family somewhere.
I gotta
there's
say
some-
I've never had a squash before.
There's some sick
Squash is
prick
good.
after
If that
Cleopatra
surprises
was
you
eating that
guys.
gourd.
Yeah, Cleopatra. Yeah, the Hadrian's Wall dildo thing worries me a little bit.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, I don't know. Those, although back in those days, a lot of those guys were like they were into men. So from the
it's like
Spartans
Greece,
all the way to
Greece, because women were viewed as a lower status than men.
like
and
they were a bigger deal when they were like
So
man
wild,
on man.
So
Thank
wild,
God we've
man.
evolved from that.
Fuck, man.
And then, but the thing is, like now we think, but like then, that was just life. Like you would have had no preconceptions about anything. That's just life.
No,
which
you're
is
not
just
wrong, but
Insane.
thank God that we have evolved, like Matt said. Damn.
Wonder what happened when like the first guy got with
No,
the first girl.
they were with girls.
Yeah,
they were with
they were
women,
with
but,
women.
but it wasn't seen bad to do anything with men
No, but
because
they-
men were
okay.
viewed as a higher.
They had
status.
those what are they called? I can't. I'll eventually remember the name of them, but they would like pair up, like you would be paired with your fucking lover. It was man on man, like you'd be 2-man units, and they would. I mean, there was a lot of armies. That the movie 300.
Yeah,
there's a pretty good chance that all those guys were paired up with another guy, and they thought you would fight to the death harder for your lover than for anything else.
It makes
it's
sense.
a good.
I mean, think if you were out.
They could have just made women warriors. Why didn't they just do that and then just pair us up with them? I don't know. I'm thinking I wasn't living.
You think
then.
about it, it probably worked. I mean, if you genuinely love the guy you're going into battle with, you're gonna fight your ass off to keep him alive. Same thing as that you'd probably do if
without a doubt.
Right.
It's a rough thing to wrap my head around.
Definitely
it is, Jeff.
Hey,
It is.
talking about cream, UK man arrested after a plot to steal semi-truck with $200,000 Cadbury eggs.
That's
That's
unbelievable.
awesome.
Did you eat $200,000 worth of Cadbury eggs?
I
Do you guys like those? They're okay.
Wait, is it $2,000 or just 2,000?
200,000.
It was-
Oh,
yeah,
it's just the
200,000.
eggs.
There wasn't much of a story behind that. Like when I googled that, there wasn't like anything that was big about it or anything.
But
like
like,
that.
what?
Just
Semi-truck.
another day.
But
in
why
Britain.
was he going to?
I know, right?
Why was he going to steal them?
I don't know. Just
He
go to
probably
Rite
wanted-
Aid and steal some. Put some up your
talked about-
sleeve.
You talk about hot dogs. That dude's face fucking Cadbury eggs. Like literally.
Wonder what he looked like.
I can't remember the last time I had a Cadbury egg, but
Me
man,
neither.
are they good though.
I'll be honest. I'm going to go on Matt's route. I would just say it's okay.
You don't like them?
Every once
I
in a
would
while,
eat it.
I'll like one, but I
I'd
couldn't
eat
eat
it.
a lot
Oh
of
no,
them.
no! It's like a one thing, like
Yeah.
on an Easter when
It's
you
rich.
have one.
I can't remember if I've even had one.
I've heard that it's also not cream egg; it's creme eggs.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Doesn't
watch
make you
that
feel
video.
like it's a yolk of an egg.
Isn't that weird though? That
Yeah.
somebody came up with that in like to have the.
The even weirder thing is on the commercial when those rabbits were sitting on them like they laid the eggs or something.
Didn't they have real deep voices?
Yeah. They make those sounds.
yeah,
Remember
that's what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
I don't even know what that meant or what it was.
Are those commercials still out there? For
I have
Easter?
not seen those. Remember those when we were
Yes,
kids?
fuck
They were
yeah,
on
that
all
was
the time.
crazy.
I don't remember that at all.
Cadbury Bunny. Yeah.
The Cadbury Bunny, exactly.
I think they screamed. I think they always like yelled.
Brr.
Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, that.
Everyone wants to be the Cadbury Bunny, because only he brings delicious Cadbury cream eggs, while others may keep trying. No bunny knows Easter better than Cadbury.
Oh man,
Yeah,
who thought that was a good commercial?
That's unbelievable.
Down on the farm.
That marketing person that no longer is employed. I
Hey,
can
do you-
promise you that.
When's Easter? That's a dumb
April.
question.
First weekend in April.
Yeah, I think first week.
It's
What do
early
you
this
What do you
year.
guys think about when stores put out the stuff like as soon as one holiday's over, they go to the next one?
Actually, not to contradict you, it's changed now. Where literally you go down an aisle and you'll have Halloween over here
Every
and
year.
Christmas is over here, and then it just
All
keeps
year
on-
round?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You had
it's not year
Valentine's Day and
round,
then
but I'm just saying as they
Halloween.
used. You're right. It would be they got rid of shit, and then like the next day would be the next holiday.
Right.
But fuck now, it's
Yeah.
simultaneously. Dumb.
I always used to hate when I was younger, and you'd go into the store around like mid-July, and the
School
back to
supplies.
school stuff would start going out.
It
It would stress me out.
it-
It would like be depressing.
It legitimately pissed me off. I would not go school shopping.
Oh,
I would not do it.
that was the worst thing. I hated
Oh.
school shopping, and I know my mom would be
I
listening.
bet your
to this.
parents hated it even worse than you did. Let
I
me
think
tell
I
you.
told my mom I used to. Eventually, I just told her just get me whatever because I can't do it. It was like
Job, do you want a purple notebook or blue?
it felt like going and buying like funeral supplies. Like it felt like that kind of
horrible.
level of.
Done.
There wasn't much worse than that.
Nah, it was
The end of your summer,
ah,
and like you're coming back from that, and you're like,
Go pick out a
"Oh
backpack.
my god, I got 2 days left."
You guys had to do the combo thing. Well, Matt, not so much you earlier in your career, but like fuck, we didn't have to go clothes shopping because
Right.
we had fucking uniforms. So you guys, probably,
Yes.
you guys had the double.
Oh,
whammy.
yeah.
You
The
had clothes
uniforms was a
shopping
huge.
and-
I love that part. I didn't have to fucking.
I
worry about
love
that.
that.
It was a
Fuck,
great
man.
thing. It was
Totally
a
agree
great
with that.
problem not to have.
Totally agree with that.
And honestly, it was good for especially kids, the less fortunate. Not
Without
that
a doubt.
I didn't classify in that, thank goodness. But if you did, everybody was the same.
Oh, it makes it nice. Really nice.
I probably could have got into a uniform. I could have got into that. I probably could have got into that.
It's not that bad.
But
It really wasn't. Everybody
So
made it out to
simple.
be a big deal.
Yeah,
it
'cause
really wasn't a big
well,
deal
I mean,
for us.
and then you don't have to worry about, like Matt said, people that are less fortunate.
Keeping up
Getting
with the
made
Joneses.
made
Yep.
fun of.
and you never
or-
have to worry about you're getting up late, you're getting up early, whatever time you get up, you're wearing the same thing. You
And,
just
and
grab it
then
and go.
you can't look back and say, "Man, I dressed like a dick back in the day." 'Cause
Did you get multiple? Because I never had a uniform. Did you guys? Were there multiple, or was it like did you get a couple sets of uniforms?
Oh yeah.
Well, it was always the same color, so you get a couple
Same
pairs
color,
of
but you
pants,
get the
couple
shirts
pairs of pants, couple pairs of shirts, kind of thing. I had really bad flat feet, bad ankles, so I was able to wear tennis shoes at a young age at Corpus Christi. So made it a big difference.
It was like a big deal. You had to have they had to be all black or whatever. It was like, geez, couldn't see white on it. You had to put a Sharpie on
Was
them.
there any like a special day where you didn't have to wear a uniform?
Dress down days.
Dress down days.
Yeah.
What could you wear? Just anything?
They would still kind of limited though. Like you could not like rock some ornery stuff and
Satanic stuff.
Couldn't wear like a Metallica shirt.
AC/DC. No.
But like even Central though, like I don't know if they've gone a little bit more liberal, but I mean, if you had a shadow beard, Dina Discipline make you shave on the spot.
One of my friends.
They would hands down. I know, and I'm going to sound really old. Hands down, girls. They would make them put their hands down. Skirts, and if it was, they would make them. Because
what if you had real short arms?
T-Rex.
Yeah.
Well,
then she was a slut.
The dudes didn't mind. The dudes didn't mind at all.
But she was the most popular girl.
If you
in
had
school.
no arms?
Well, then you're in trouble. No arms, no skirt.
That shit would just go up
that
over
could
time.
be problems.
How did you get dressed with no arms?
Your feet.
Mom, dad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Let's take a quick break here. We'll come back with a little bit of history.
Yippee.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, and we want to hear from you. Send us feedback, questions, or topics you'd like us to discuss to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Look, we might not be the best podcast out there, but I know one thing for certain. There sure as hell ain't anyone better. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. While we were talking about what pisses us off,
you know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah,
the wheeling roads. Yeah,
and I was just saying to these guys how when I was driving down here the other day, I had the same feeling as when I can hear somebody chewing, which annoys the shit out of me. Same thing. Reason I don't go to the theater anymore is because of that whole situation. But what the question was, what are some things that get under your skin that might not annoy anybody else?
The eating thing definitely fucking wigs me out. I think a lot of it probably goes back to things that would annoy me is somebody's not self-aware enough to know that what they're doing could be annoying to somebody else. Or a lot of people just don't give a fuck. But like I think a lot of it just goes back to straight up ignorance. Yeah. My opinion.
Just animals. They're animals.
Yeah, the chewing really that gets me. I can't stand it.
I try not to be around people that chew.
Yeah, but if you're in a situation where we're all eating, then maybe it doesn't bother me as much. But if I'm sitting somewhere where like maybe I'm in a like when I used to study in the library. Yeah, when I used to study in the library.
Somebody's eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, and a kid would bring over a chicken sandwich and fries, and you would just hear him eating this food and just chomping on. It pissed me off so bad. But
that's
thing,
not the place.
No. One thing that gets
me, moron eats in the library like a full meal. I mean, it's one thing you crack open a granola bar and while you're studying.
It takes you like 30 seconds to eat.
Got a 3-course meal in there. Yeah. Although you know who I think might do that in our group? Soup. I could see him having a salad, a full scale meal eating in the library because the guy's world just is going at 900 miles an hour.
Like in the
so I'll give him a pass
in the lobby of a bank.
Yes, yeah. When he's getting ready to go get a mortgage for his home, powering down a salad.
One thing that gets me is like tapping. Like if somebody's like fidgeting,
I'd be guilty of that. I'm a fidgeter.
Like this, like if you're like
but like on like a hard surface, like on a like I remember in school,
like tapping your fingers.
I remember in school there used to be, I can't remember what class it was, but there was a kid that would always like tap on the metal on the side of the desk. Like he would always just hit it on the side the whole time.
Yeah, that would drive
I try to be conscious of doing that because I know I do
this?
it. Yeah, I do that too.
I've been guilty of that.
If you do it a couple times and then stop, then that's okay. But if you're just
if you try to remember that, you know what, this might be annoying.
Yeah,
but again, self-awareness, like Jeff said.
What do you guys think about? And I don't know why this is something that's a huge pet peeve for me. When somebody's talking, you shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Yeah,
that like in class or like somebody's presenting something and the people are talking. I just want to be like,
it's just not
cool.
Yeah,
I like show of hands, when you guys are up there, I had a guy come up to me. I forgot to tell you guys this. I'm glad we're going to bring it up here real quick. I had a guy come up to me at my work who I've known for a long time, and I'm not going to say his name, but he was at the show of hands when we won, and he was at the show of hands the other day when you guys were there presenting. And he said, I just wanted to let you know, Matt, your guys did a great job. He's like, it was really distracting. These people kept talking while they were presenting. He said, I was embarrassed, and I that was a shame. And he said he hated to see that. And he said you guys showed incredible focus to be able to.
Well, yeah,
he said it was like literally they're
bad.
having conversations
It was
going
bad.
on.
It was
yeah,
really bad.
And it was weird because I didn't really. I was so I get real nervous public speaking, so I didn't really notice it. And then I listened back to the video and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
It sounded like I was in a cafeteria.
He said it was like a full scale discussions going on across the entire.
It was
place.
really
That's
bad.
what
It
I'm
really
with you,
was.
Jeff. There's nothing worse than that when someone's presenting or they're going out of their way to do something, whether it's teachers, a student, whoever, whatever area it is in the world. I totally. You got to give people respect.
Yeah, and I understand. It was right after everybody gave their presentations. It was why the votes are getting tallied up. But still, I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. You're excited.
That's so rude.
But just
so rude.
5 minutes. It was literally 5. Not even that. It was probably
like
like
3.5
minutes.
minutes.
We were up there, and
Couldn't be polite for a couple of minutes.
The same thing. What I used to really piss me off in school was like if somebody came in to present for something, like some special guest came in to talk. Because people
were
didn't
rude.
give a shit what he had to say, they would just talk in the back of the class.
It's not cool.
I
Like,
hate
come on.
that.
Not cool.
I
Come
hate
on.
that.
So let me. Will you guys call somebody out?
I have.
I can't.
I would yell at my own friends for it.
I agree with that. And actually, sometimes I tell you where it does happen a little bit too is even like sometimes our group meetings. We get in our own little conversations on
Sure,
one-offs,
sure.
and if we're trying to be productive,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, those little one-off conversations does not help
Yeah.
us at all.
No,
But
not at all.
but in a large scale, when there's like even like when we watch movies or something or watch shows or things or videos in class and people talk like in the corner of the room, they do it the whole time.
terrible.
I don't have that in me where I can say anything to them. I wish I could, but
No, I know a lot of people. I know and a lot of people I would consider friends that do that, and they're like, so Jub's up there presenting, and then just say like Jeff's sitting here next to me, and he's trying to talk to me, and like I get annoyed with that. Like
Fuck
I'll be like,
yeah.
like hold on, like I'll be like, wait it, like let him finish, like come on, like what we're saying isn't that important. Like we can give people respect of a couple minutes for God's sake.
hey, it's like what we always come back to: self-awareness.
Self-awareness
Not
and
enough of
respect.
it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
respect. Unbelievable.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't agree with what they're saying, if you have no interest in it. If you're in an area where someone like that deserves the floor or gets the floor for a few minutes, you owe them the respect to listen.
Do you think it's usually the and I hate that this is going to sound really shitty. Do you think it's usually the same caliber person that's doing that? Do you think there's a lot of characteristics that those people have? And I'm not saying it's everybody because I don't want to make a cookie cutter, but I do think some of those people have the traits where it is truly probably all about them.
Yeah,
Usually
of course.
people who think they know everything, or they're always negative, or critical, ultra critical. You know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
And then maybe even if you're raised like my mom and dad would like knock my teeth out if I
Heartbeat.
talked during like someone was giving a presentation and they were there and they saw it, and and I don't know. I wouldn't want them doing that. Someone doing that while I was talking. So
We were, I tell you what, and I'm not comparing Catholic school to, because at the end of the day, I think there used to be maybe a little bit of that, but the days, a school's a school, you make it out to be what
Right,
it is. So I think to say that any school is better than others, but I remember specifically this crazy example, ambulance going by, and all of us young kids are, making the ambulance noises, and the nun stopped us and said, instead, in her terms at that time, instead of being a bunch of jack-offs, how about saying a little choir of prayer for the person that's
Right.
in the ambulance on the way through?
Yeah.
And it's crazy how shit like that still to this day, not that I'm going to make the woo-woo sound, but
but that is
yeah.
it is good that people were assertive enough to do that. Adults do that instead of everyone worrying about being someone's friend and not upsetting them. Obviously, the people that we love the most are the hardest on us in most cases,
Without a doubt.
and that's the way it should be
Yeah,
because they
100%.
care about you.
Without a doubt,
So,
man.
and those teachers did for the most part, and I do think that is an element that's missing from a lot of schools nowadays is teachers, and in our case nuns, who genuinely cared about the students. I don't think that is as common as it used to be. And again, there is plenty of good ones, but I don't think it's as common as it was back in those days.
I tell you what, Matt, I think you're 100%.
well, I don't think, and I don't think that when we went through school, I had the I was blessed to have really, really good teachers that really, like, I was actually friends with. Obviously, I'm a kid, but I mean, as much as a friend that a kid can be with an adult.
Yeah, that's great.
That's how it was. And I was looking through my yearbook, and they left me nice notes in my old yearbook, which is really cool to look back on. But to me, what I've found, I think that I don't think a lot of kids that are reaching adolescence and like going through their young teenage years give two shits about the adult persona at all.
No.
I think that I've said it multiple times. I was terrified of authority. Like, so I didn't want to disrespect the teacher. Didn't want to talk to a teacher. When I would get my card flipped for not writing my name on a test, it was the end of the world. Like, I would go home a mess. But I don't think the respect is there for adults anymore. At least
I think you're 100% right, and I think that's so sad though. Like, even nowadays, I hear just from own personal situations. Obviously, they'll come home from practices and stuff like that, and he'll talk about how some kids talk to the coaches. It blows me away. It blows me away. Or even like a good example that I had when I coached him in grade school. A kid came up, me and a dad were having a conversation. The kid came up and literally interrupted and was like, "I forgot my water in the truck. Go get it."
No,
Swear to God on my mom and dad's grave. And I actually was the one, just because obviously I felt like I could because I was the coach. I'm like, "Hey, dude, do you not see?" And I could envision my dad and my mom saying this to me. "Do you not see, first and foremost, two adults talking, number one? And the fact of the matter, how about an excuse me or something? You're not the most important thing at that time." And I looked at him because he was, I knew the dad very well. I'm like, "How about go get your own fucking water?"
Yeah.
What a cool concept. Go out to the fucking truck and get it yourself. Unbelievable.
And I'm not going to say, I don't want to say for anybody that's listening, it's not every kid, because there are definitely good eggs out there, but
without a doubt,
there's a lot of bad eggs.
Yeah, a lot of bad eggs.
Hold on real quick though. Do you guys think there's more bad or good?
Bad.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
think bad.
And you know what? It's a product of their parents.
So sad, though.
All of them.
Can you believe all four of us said that though?
Yeah, I mean, that goes to show. I mean, I think there's definitely more bad than good.
It's so sad.
And I guess it's all subjective. I mean, like, to us, some things probably thinks that some things are worse than others, and probably those people, they think we're assholes or whatever.
They can think we're assholes, and that's fine. But I will say this: our group, whatever you want to think about us, we were raised with morals and respect, and you know, even if that's the only compliment you can give us, that's the one we're going to take, because that's without. You can't refute that. So
I'll roll with that all day, man.
Yeah,
I'll roll with that all day.
At the very least,
with you there.
We're respectful of others, and that, you know, I'm not trying to pat us ourselves on the back, but that goes a long way these days.
I would agree.
And I make mistakes sometimes. Like
I'm a
we all
true
do that.
fuck up every day of my
But
life.
genuinely, even when we do, at this time, a lot of times we'll recognize it,
Without
which
a
is
doubt.
something that doesn't happen very often.
Or
if you interrupt somebody, or you cut someone off when you're dry, whatever it is, you realize what you did wrong and you're apologetic, or you're, you know.
Well, how about
upset
even on
by
this show? We do it on this show.
Yeah.
Like, if Jarrett's getting ready to talk and I'm getting ready to talk, and I'm like, "Hey, Jarrett, my bad, you go," or what?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, we're aware of that even just on this podcast.
Exactly. And it's just manners. And this, real quick, I'll bring this up because it pissed me off the other day. This will be my hot pit real quick before we even get into it. I was at the gym the other day, and I politely asked this guy, I was like, "Hey, are you using this machine?" He was like kind of over the side. And I didn't think he was using it, but I just wanted to make sure.
Right.
He, headphone off real quick. No. I wanted to say, "You know what, asshole? I just asked you respectfully. You could at least say, 'No, you're good. Go ahead.'" Instead, he just takes his headphone off, says, "No."
Oh yeah.
Like,
I think we should be able to donkey punch those people.
Yeah.
I think honestly,
It's
just a
terrible.
quick donkey punch.
Courtesy officer.
Right?
Send him off.
Jared, that's a great point, because I've had that happen before, whether you're holding the door for somebody and they're like,
Nothing.
and they're like, "I'm not going through that door." Like, it's okay. That's all you gotta say is, "Hey, thanks, man, but I'm going this way." Like, what's wrong with that?
Actually, you know what? It's funny you say that. I went to after the meeting on Saturday, went up to remember I asked you guys what you guys thought was the best thing for me to send something out. I ended up going to the UPS store in Washington Avenue. And I'm walking out, and a kid was coming from like the Greco's way. I would probably say somebody in his early 20s. I literally like, "Hey," and I held the door open for him, and I said, "Hey, man, you going inside?" He said, "No, but honestly, thank you."
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing. I'm like, because most of the time you don't get that shit. either.
No, and that's like our natural responses of everyone that is in our group would be like, "Oh, hey, no thanks, I'm
Appreciate
doing this
that,
or I'm
man.
doing
Yep.
that. Like, thank you, appreciate." Like Why? What? No. Like,
Yeah, no, I literally,
That's the
I just
best
said,
you can do?
I was just like,
As a person?
hey man, are you using the leg press? And he's no. I'm like, dude, what?
I just want to
it
know
doesn't-
how many times that I've ever acted or responded like that to somebody.
It doesn't take.
I'm gonna vote none.
it,
I mean,
None.
maybe occasionally
None.
if I was really pissed off and I was having a terrible day, I wouldn't even think to do it, and I probably wouldn't do it to anybody that was a stranger. I'd be more likely to do it to like my brother or
Yeah.
like someone that
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and like everyone around, like in the gym, knows. Like in the gym, if you ask, you just say, "Oh no, go ahead, you're good. I'm not using it." Like everybody, if he would just take a look around and look, if people don't do like you just don't act like that. And another thing, real quick, that gets under my skin to go back to what we were talking about, where we live, when you drive up the hill, Jeff, you're supposed to
Oh,
the
wave.
person
I'm gonna tell
coming
you
down is supposed to yield to the person coming up, and every time it's just known that when somebody yields for you or you yield for somebody, you just give them a quick wave. Because it's like, thanks. And when people don't wave, I get so pissed.
should be able to shoot their tires out.
Yeah, throw some spikes down.
Yeah.
caltrops.
Yeah.
No, when people don't yield, that's I could just go on and on about that.
Yeah, just come flying.
Everybody's
down the
life's
hill.
more important than yours.
Yeah,
Right?
they got
And they're
somewhere to
mine,
be.
at least.
At the end of the day, it doesn't take a lot to be kind. Just
No.
be nice.
It's the easiest thing to do.
Just
It
be
really
nice to
is.
people. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy the people around you. Who knows? One day the aliens might come and blow us all up. So just enjoy the people around you and
But they might
smile.
say, "I'm sorry, we have to destroy you." They'll be polite.
They'll be polite.
Yeah.
about it.
Maybe.
Unbelievable.
Let's hope.
Real quick, let's hit some history and then
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up here. I want to hit this. Jarrett, your girl's on here.
Where's she
Oh,
at?
Joan.
21st of February.
Joan.
Third
I
one
did
down.
see that. Yes.
Jared is forever linked with Joan, and Cooley is forever linked with Adolf.
Yes.
Jared, you got the better one of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. February 21st, 1431, Joan of Arc's Joan of Arc begins trial
Yeah,
for
sorry, I
heresy
got an
in
extra
Normandy.
pause in there.
That's all right. Yeah, but Joan of Arc begins trial for heresy in Normandy. So
Didn't
I guess
turn
I'm
out well.
sorry. I did apologize to her over the summer.
Jared famously quoted Joan of Arc was a bitch, which I think we've gone back on. We've gone back on.
That's a
several
great
times.
shirt, though. If you get
Yeah,
Joan of Arc's the
put that in a
bitch.
store.
You could do Joan of Arc's a bitch and then real small font underneath. Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
I did
That's a good
apologize
idea.
to her.
Yes,
But-
you did. Hey, very respectful.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
very
did. I did
respectful.
apologize because I needed some citation that she really wasn't a bitch. But love you, Joan.
If we have 1 million followers by the time Jarrett has a kid, the baby will be called Joan.
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 Oh man,
You'll bring that shit
Joan
back.
Delbrook.
Bring-
Ah, it's not bad.
What else there? Anybody else want to hit anything on here?
Joan Jed
Champs
Delbrook.
boys on
There's
here.
a lot of good ones this week.
yeah, there are some good ones.
Nixon becomes the first president to visit China.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
No other president ever visited China before that.
No.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, that really wasn't all that long ago.
No,
You know?
not at all.
In
What
the
about
70s.
Ukraine? We have anybody visiting Ukraine at all? By chance?
Biden, he's in Ukraine. He doesn't even know it. They just dropped him off.
He is in Ukraine.
He was yesterday. I think.
Did you guys see? He fell down the stairs coming out of the plane.
Well, the funny part about it, they said something that somebody fell, but nobody has designated that it was him.
Okay, so it might not have been him.
I'm voting it is too, though.
It
Jared.
looked. He just like slid down
Why
the.
are they even
the,
letting
the
this guy go
railing.
out there? Just
Did you see it, Job?
No, but I've something that I have found astonishing, and I genuinely think that it's a way that it almost shows you what the world could be like if everybody liked each other. There are these videos. So do you know what AI voice is?
No, sir.
So there's this new thing
like
going
artificial
around.
intelligence?
Yes. So it's the same thing as like AI is now painting these pictures. So you could type in teddy bear with a Glock, riding a unicorn. And you could type that in, and artificial intelligence will gather a database of everything possible on the internet, compile it, and paint a picture of exactly what you type in.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible. So what's happening now is people are, or whoever invented it, or I have no idea how it even came about, they are artificially creating voices of people. So there, you can I can speak into this microphone and put it into a program, and it will process it and come back, and I will sound exactly like Joe Biden. Exactly like him.
Oh, wow.
You can do it with Trump. You can do it with Obama. You can do it with
It is
Fake
un-
so
you can
I
do
mean,
it
is
with
unreal.
literally any public figure that they have like people could do it with us because we
Right.
talk so much. an artificial intelligence could render our voices to somebody else's. But what's happening is these people are
It's not good for wiretaps.
No, it's horrible. I can't imagine what in 30 years what's going to be. People are going to be able to do.
It's going to be like Minority Report.
Yeah.
They're gonna bust you for a crime before you even commit it.
Yeah, but so what these videos are? It's basically like it's an audio conversation between Joe Biden, Trump, Obama, George Bush, Hillary Clinton,
all the living presidents,
all the presidents around, and they it's as if they're playing video games together.
Oh my
It's unreal.
goodness. I bet that's great.
They are some of the funniest conversations, and it honestly it makes me feel good because it feels like they like each other. Like, it's weird.
It does.
It feels like in another world, in some alternate reality, they're playing video games together, having a fun time, or like yelling at each other on the video game. It's insane. If you haven't looked it up, go look it up. Go look up Joe Biden plays Call of Duty or something with Donald Trump. It's fantastic.
That's fascinating to think of
It's
right there.
fantastic.
He'd shoot himself.
It's so
is
good.
Truly amazing.
It's so good. They insult each other like Biden calls Trump the orange man, and it's such a good. It's almost. It's like it's so fascinating. It's really, really, really funny. But yeah, go look it up. I was honestly thinking about making a promo in the middle of this show.
Like,
Is that you again, Joe, on my fucking team?
Oh, great, it's this guy.
Oh, GG, we lost. This is my rank-up game, too.
We are not even out of spawn doors, and this
GG.
guy is already complaining.
Someone dodge, please.
You fucking insta-lock Zen again.
Nah, see, Biden sounds way too sharp on there.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's incredible. It's really awesome.
my
It's
goodness.
awesome and scary the way the technology is headed. But
That's so true.
yeah, anything else on here you guys want to hit?
I had two things.
Go ahead, Jeff.
The U.S. Marine raised the American flag. That is
Yes.
probably one of the coolest ass pictures.
Most iconic photo ever, baby.
Well, I mean, honestly, just unbelievable. And then the second thing, I've told you guys a million times, it will never happen. But what dream for me would be able to sit in a lounge of about 1,200 people and Frank Sinatra. As I sat there with a cigar and a little gentleman's jack, life would be fucking great.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
Do you think there
incredible?
will be Do you think there will ever be anybody like him again?
Probably not.
Because I think that kind of his that kind of music is probably dying, if it's not already dead.
And that kind of music, and then just that type of culture as just being, he just, I don't know, it just like, it just bubbles over like classy event when a guy's like that. He's not going to have that anymore. We're here sitting here talking about people that can't shut up while someone's talking.
Right.
Frank will be singing and people will be talking.
Yeah,
True. But he would probably call him the fuck out.
Right.
Shut the fuck
Smack
up,
him in
down
the
there.
head.
If you want to listen to the awesome channel, and which I guess the jazz scene and that kind of old style scene is still alive in Pittsburgh really well. I think the jazz scene in Pittsburgh is really strong.
Really?
Yeah. If you listen to 98.1 or 88.1 Pittsburgh Jazz Channel on the radio, they talk about events and stuff like going on. I went to a jazz club on a cruise ship once. They had a jazz show going on. That's like the second cruise I went on, and I went in and it was just people hanging out, listening to music.
Fucking
Guy
A,
was playing
man.
I think
Super cool.
Guy was playing the piano. Guy was playing a sax, and they were just
That stuff's
hanging out.
very soothing.
It's
Talk about
awesome.
things you like that enjoy relaxing. Yeah, piano bars with a cigar,
fuck, man.
nice drink. I like that. I would have liked to have been around in the time of speakeasies and stuff too. I think that's
I agree
fascinating.
with that, Matt. 100%.
Just cool things. For history, for me, definitely February 22nd, 1980. I wasn't even alive yet, but Miracle on Ice at Lake Placid. Obviously, one of the biggest events in American sports ever,
That's
as we beat the Soviet Union.
The famous movie Miracle, correct?
Yes,
Which
great
I've
movie.
never seen.
It's worth a watch. I mean, I'm not much into sports movies like that, but it's pretty good. Kurt Russell's pretty good as Herb Brooks, so I would definitely give that a thumbs up. Let's see. Oh, Champs movie, The Bridge on the River Kwai, February 22nd, 1958. It won a Golden Globe.
see, like
Check
that movie?
Oh yeah. He talks
What's
about
that?
it.
What, is that a like? Should
Old
I watch
war
that?
movie. Yeah, I mean it's a
See, I'd never heard of it, to be
historic
honest with
movie.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
What do
World
you
War
see?
II, right? Is that World War II?
Or is it? Yeah, it would have had to have been. Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
I
So
know.
what do you got?
I already went. You go. Oh no, I didn't go.
You didn't go.
Did I
You
go?
pulling it out for me.
All right. I'm gonna just because we're talking about space. John Glenn orbits the Earth on Friendship 7, February 20th, 1962. 7 years before Apollo 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, before they head up to the moon.
Yeah, that was 1969.
Which we talk about people that, I think we talked about this before, but obviously you got your Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin. Then no one ever talks about Michael Collins, ever. Which is, think about, would you be butthurt if you got to go, say, do you ever want to go to space? Would you like to go to space?
I'm good on
Matt
that.
wants to go to space. So say
I'll
you
be
get
scared
to, go
to death,
space,
but I'll do it.
I get it, though.
But just imagine a situation where you and 3 other guys get to go to space, but they say you can't go out on the moon. You got to stay in the ship.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if I'm listening.
I'm out.
No, I'm saying, I think I'm out too. If
I
I'm
might
going
be
all that
sitting
way.
in a puddle of my own piss by the time I get there. So, I might be content to just sit there. I don't know, but
Jeff, if they said you could, all right, if they said you could go to Mars,
Okay.
whole family, you get your exact house, your layout of your house, or whatever house you want. You can pick whatever house you want, but you go to Mars with 100 other people, and you live a luxury life on Mars, but there's only 100 people with you, and you're on Mars. Are you taking that?
I don't like people, so I may be cool with that. To be honest.
I'd be cool with it.
100 people.
Do they have sports betting on Mars?
Yeah, you have communications.
Well, my
with
app.
Earth.
How do I cash my app out on Earth when I'm on Mars?
You could you'd open your first.
Not like I
casino.
ever take any money out of it anyway.
It'd be your Mars gambling card.
Mars Bowling Club. Yeah, be all
If
right.
they could promise me that there would be nothing that could happen to me during the flight, during my walk on the moon, all that, like if there was a 100% guarantee, I'd be like, okay, I would try.
Plus,
it
we're further from the sun too, which is always good for me.
But I'm just the unnecessary risk for me is that's the part that I'm just not cool.
Yeah,
with.
no, I mean,
But I get where you're coming from, though, Matt.
Shuttles
Fuck
are
me,
blowing up too recently for me. It terrifies me.
There's a movie out called The Wandering Earth where they put these giant jets, these giant thrusters on Earth, and they pilot it out of the galaxy because the sun's going to blow up. That stuff freaks me out, man. I don't like big scale things. Like I don't like. There's some kind of
Like the Death Star?
kind of. There's a
Star
fear
Killer
called.
Base.
There's a phobia called thalassophobia, where it's like there's a fear of you in perspective to a giant object. Like there are a bunch of pictures. You ever see a picture of a guy dropped into an ocean and you look and there's nothing but blue around you? You ever see those?
No, sir.
Yeah.
I'll show them to you after the show, but go look up thalassophobia. You might be a victim.
One more thing on history that would be pretty important. Where the hell did it go? Where is it? Oh, okay. February 23rd, 1954, first mass inoculation against polio by Jonas Salk vaccine takes place in Pittsburgh. I didn't really know that at an elementary school. Think about how lucky we are to have the polio vaccine. We have a lot of people that are really fucked up.
Yeah,
if
famous
you didn't have it. I mean,
FDR.
FDR. Yeah, I mean, just a debilitating disease. Very, very, very lucky. So,
Isn't it nuts that was so prevalent like that?
yeah,
around?
and it really wasn't that long ago.
No.
Well, even I just finished 1883 last night.
Oh, yeah.
And
What'd you think?
I tell you what, dude, fucking loved it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to watch the next one now.
That's
No,
what we're gonna do.
It's good,
Actually,
man.
it's gonna bridge into my
It's
next.
really
statement.
good.
It didn't hurt that chick on there, that blonde, is fucking gorgeous,
Beautiful girl, great. She
did a great
her
job.
accent
Oh,
was
my God.
awesome. Great narration,
unbelievable,
phenomenal. Yeah.
1883?
Yes.
So it's the
It's
prelude
the prequel to Yellowstone.
to Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
But that was gonna bridge me. So we finished
Oh.
that. So I'm gonna. When I tell you smoke, even the
Isabel.
wifey,
That's
even
with
the
my
wifey
boy
said,
Sam Elliott. That's
Yeah,
with my
Sam Elliott's
boy.
awesome in there.
fucking A. But it bridged me because I was gonna.
What's her name? Isabel May? Is that her name?
I think so. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah, she's good.
I know you guys are more movie buffs and also show buffs than I am, but one of my favorite, it's ending. It's the last season starting on Wednesday, and I think I've talked about this a long time ago. Is anybody watching Snowfall at all?
No, I haven't. No, I heard great things about it. No, I'm going to watch it though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
here's the
watch
deal.
it.
It starts Wednesday. It's the last season because
Yeah.
the guy Singleton,
Yes.
he died.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the reason why they're not moving on. But if it's about
No, I got to watch that.
CIA and the crack cocaine epidemic. I'm telling you, great. I think there's only 5 seasons, something like that. I don't know what platform. It's on FX. I don't know where you can go watch it at.
Yeah.
But it's great.
I have that on my
Phenomenal.
list. I think you can get it on Hulu now too.
Okay,
but
maybe
yeah,
so.
yeah. So yeah, no, I'm going to definitely watch it.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, well there you go. You got a couple shows to go watch. But
What'd you guys think of The Last of
Really
Are we allowed
good.
to talk about it?
incredible.
Yeah, I know. Looks
Yeah,
like the next one they're going to go back for Ellie's like mall stuff. So
Oh yeah.
So
There's some
good show.
If you haven't seen that show, it's really fantastic.
The Paramount show where you're going to watch the other prequel to Yellowstone next.
1926.
Is your wife watching that with you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's
How far are
1883,
they-
then 1926.
How far are they going to go back?
I think 1883 is the first.
And then
Like-
now they're going further into the future.
Like 8 BC.
right.
That guy's like
the Ice Age.
herding a saber tooth.
Yeah. But did your dad watch any of those?
I think he just watched Yellowstone. I don't think.
Tell you what, another one on Paramount Plus is really good with Jeremy Renner is that Mayor of Kingstown. That's really, really good. It's a little bit more of a, it's a little violent, but really, really, really good. Like I'm shocked how good it is actually. So
Well, there
give
you
that
go.
a watch.
There's your show.
Great stuff.
Then
out
you
there.
got Mandalorian coming out in 2023
Yeah.
or March 2023.
That's 2 weeks.
coming up
2
soon.
weeks, yep.
You got that Pedro
Can't wait.
Pedro Pascal and two giant
Yes,
shows right now. I'm
he's
sure
the man.
I'm sure he's making a good chunk of change. Any birthdays you want to hit before we hit the quote of the week?
C-3PO. Anthony
yeah,
Davis.
yeah.
77 on the 21st. Sophie Turner.
Never was-
Sansa Stark. She's
see
27 already. Believe that?
Rashida Jones from
The Office.
Yeah.
Rihanna 35 on the 20th.
I'm a big Emily Blunt fan. I think she's a great actress.
What'd she
She's
play
40.
in?
Quiet Place.
Oh, she's John
Yeah.
The girl on a
Krasinski's wife.
train. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's very good. Yeah, she's 40 now.
What do you guys think of Drew Barrymore?
I fucking hate her. I used to love her actually back in
I
the day.
don't
Younger,
mind
she
her.
drives me nuts.
Yeah,
anymore.
she's a little weird.
Yeah, she seems
was
a little
back when
odd.
she was in E.T. She was.
Yeah,
she
she
okay.
seems like a different
Jeff
cat.
hates Drew.
Hey,
Barrymore.
and then Chris's girl, Niecy Nash. That's the girl in what's the show with Dangle? Reno 911. She's the black lady. The black
yeah.
cop.
She's
hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Dangle.
yeah, Dangle.
Yeah, Officer Dangle.
Well,
Oh, okay. I know
let's.
who she is.
Anybody got anything? Hot pit, cold mug? Anything?
No, sir.
Anything to note? Anything?
No,
right,
everything
good.
is awesome.
Yeah,
like in
well.
Lego Movie. Everything
Everything
is cool when you're part of it. I saw it this morning. It was on when I woke up. I love that movie. I really do.
That
It's
is
so
great.
silly and stupid, but it's really fun.
All right, Jarrett, hit us with the quote of the week, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, the quote of the week. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. And that is from Marcus Aurelius, 161 to 180 AD.
Yeah, pretty smart dude. Roman
No
emperor.
doubt. Your pronunciation's phenomenal,
Yeah,
by the way,
Marcus
Jared.
Aurelius.
Hey, thank you.
Fair
Thank you.
pronunciation. But I tell you what, if we all live by this, honestly, if you think about
Yeah.
it, just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean it's fucking true.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
it applies so much in the
it
world.
really
just
does.
whether it's
So-
news and
So take everything we say with a grain of salt. But that'll be it for us here. If you're interested in listening to some more stuff, go follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social medias. You can keep up to date with everything we've done. Listen to us on the radio. You can listen to watchdognetwork.com. We're on the radio in 2 weeks.
it'd be
We'll be
7 hours a week.
7 hours a week. So we
crazy.
got a lot of stuff to do. Call in, email, text us. That's Watchdog FM 98.1, 97.7, and AM 1600, 1370. So you can go check that out. Go listen to us. Give it a listen. That's Mondays 2 to 3, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays noon to 3. So you can check that out every week. Listen to us live on the radio or on the internet, watchdognetwork.com. Go follow us. Check us out. We got some more stuff coming out, soup and stuff, and some more workout videos. And then we're going to do some more stuff within the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for in the next 4 episodes because we're almost at our year anniversary,
Wow.
which is insane.
Amazing.
So, I have some...
We've had a little bit of a studio upgrade since
Yeah.
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 we had to share microphone. Like, all right,
Yeah.
okay. And then you hear the squeaking
Yeah,
and the
Say, hey, Cooley, I want the mic.
Yeah.
the broken chair. Yeah, when chair was broken, he's sliding out the front of it.
One of the microphones didn't work, right?
Yeah, no.
One of the headphones,
It just was
a
there
couple of the
hitting you in the
headphones,
head.
I don't think
Yeah,
worked.
we had one earphone.
Tried down falling down.
Wow.
We've
How far
we've
we've
come a
come.
long way, so we've got a long way to go. Again, also, if you're interested in working an internship with us, we're gonna treat it as if it's an actual job. So it's not, you're just gonna come here and fuck around.
You will be flogged and disciplined.
So
for your
if
mistakes.
you're interested in doing anything, you got to have some skills in social media, graphic design, video editing, and camera work. So if you're actually interested, give us an email, send us a text, or
if you can play the banjo, we'll take anybody.
Yeah, sing,
if you can cook,
do a flip.
Yeah,
there might be some fucking.
Do a flip.
I need a turkey fryer in here.
Some people
like a big deep fryer.
Somebody like to be flogged though, Matt. Be careful.
Yeah, you're right. If you're into bondage,
Oh no,
balls in your mouth.
Jarrett might be
good.
interested. No.
yes,
Yeah.
100%.
can't be ugly.
Females only. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
he's got very high standards.
Yes, you can't be ugly.
you can't look like the cop that got ganged.
Oh Jesus! You won't even get an interview.
Jared,
No,
literally.
please send your photo first to Jarrett.
Yes, you will not.
Yeah, your
He'll be
headshot.
screening everything.
If,
Yeah.
if you look like that cop, you will not get an interview.
If you look like the Minotaur or a Cyclops, you will not be considered.
So
No matter how good your work
send
is.
us a headshot. No. Anyway, on a real note, yeah,
vain.
we're
No.
fucking-
all welcoming,
on-
all
yeah.
encompassing,
Yes.
transgenders, people from all lands.
wherever you
All
want
are
to.
welcome.
If you're not even from this earth, if you're listening to us from afar,
Yes.
listen, we do need some help here in the future. So if you actually are interested, we don't care who you
we are hiring.
As long as you got skills and talent, and you got a decent personality, you can come in and talk to us, and maybe we'll work something out. But anyway, that'll do us from us here in the studio. Listen to the radio, follow us on social media, YouTube, everything you can find us, and we will see you here next time in the Pine Room.
Onward and
Bye.
upward. Good night.
Well, it's that time. The coolers are empty, the food's all gone, and the games are over. But that's all right. There's always next week. Follow us on social media to keep up to date with future shows and send any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to discuss to contact@thepineroompodcast.com. Until then, we'll see you here next time in the Pine Room.